Yeah, calculation is fine.
Okay,
We're good.
hello, is Ronald the Rules Lawyer, and we're going to do a live playtest of the new Exemplar class. The class that gets a Divine Spark that is going to be released along with the Animist in, what's the book called? War of Immortals in late 2024 by Paizo for Pathfinder 2e, the book that involves a divine war in which Animists and the Exemplars apparently play a role. And it is the only rare class to be put out by Pathfinder. So far. You literally get, like, you wrestled some demon, you wrestled Satan, or you got blessed by an angel, and you have a little spark within you and you have 3 magical things about you. They're called icons, spelled with a K. Something that's part of your body, a weapon, and something you wear. And your Divine Spark can change places between those 3. Exemplars are a martial class who have light armor, 10 hit points per level, strength and dex for their key ability. They can cast spells, focus spells with charisma. Are there focus spells in this playtest?
There are focus spells, but you need to feat into them. I don't think any of us end up taking any of the focus spells.
All right.
They're the same ones as Champion and Cleric, so they aren't exactly new.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about who you guys are. Swing Ripper is a familiar face for people who hang out at my Discord server. He's a co-admin, and he also has his own YouTube channel that folks should check out that's focused right now on optimizing Pathfinder 2e. We have a group of people who are pretty good at Pathfinder, a group of optimizers. And after we do introductions, we should talk about what we plan to do today, what our goals of the playtest are. But the playtest period is between now and October 2nd, and people should give their feedback on Paizo.com forums, and also they have a playtest page where you can go online and fill out a survey of some kind.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start from the top. Calvin, tell us anything you'd like about you, and should we do the...
I'm not going to be very verbose about the non-exemplars, but...
Yeah, and you should tell us which characters you'll be controlling today.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm Calvin, I'm one of the players in the Agents of Edgewatch campaign, which is running on Tuesdays. And I'm playing the comparisons. So we have Veliros, who's like the Pathfinder Society iconic fighter, scaled up to level 7.
I think he's officially pronounced Valeros.
I think so too.
Yeah,
okay, Valeros it is then.
I've always heard pronounced Valeros.
I know you just know YouTube. Someone's going to say in the comments.
Pronounce with your heart, not with what the YouTube comments say. That's how we drive engagement. Okay?
You know what? New character lore, Veliros' second language is English, like it is mine, so I have an excuse.
Perfect.
Okay, it's a level 7 party, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's a basic fighter with a sword and board, double slice. He's just there to be like a comparison to the Exemplars, because they're also martial characters. And the other character I'm controlling is Homer the Bard.
He's built off the level 5 PFS pre-gen. Pathfinder Society.
Yeah, we modified it a little bit to scale him up to 7.
Okay.
And I'm playing Homer the Poet, who is a bard. He's here to tell epic stories. And if you want to know how to play a spellcaster who's not a support, don't base that off of him, because he is 100% a support. He's only there to enable people. I picked a bunch of thematic stuff that will fit with this ancient Greek storyteller.
Awesome. And then Jerome.
Hey y'all, so my name is Jerome Mitchell. I am in the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix campaign, and I am only playing one character, but that one character is Thor, because I'm a comic book geek and really just jumped directly at that thing. In my case, Thor had a lot of very iconic icons. I hate to go with the pun, but that's pretty much it. Ronald, do you want us to go into detail on the builds, or should we hold off on that a moment?
Why don't you say what a couple of things that are very Thor-like about him, and also among the Exemplars, where would he fall? Is he more support-based or more tanky?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, first off, the items that he have were pretty much direct translations. From what I could see, Megan Jord, and I probably am really horribly mangling that name. But Megingjord is the name of his belt of strength. And so the Skybearer's belt seemed to be almost a total translation for that thing. The Titan Breaker obviously is the only thing that you could use with a hammer, so that one was an auto pick. And if one is knowledgeable of the mythology, Thor was married to Sif, but that didn't stop him from doing anything with anybody, up to and including marrying someone else in order to get Mjolnir back while dressed up as a woman, which Thor, this is a safe space, man. You don't have to, we don't need excuses. We know you wanted to get the hammer back, whatever, dude, that's fine. So I also gave him eye-catching Spot, because he is one of those guys that body likes. Yes.
Yeah,
Thor
I agree.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that was the last of his icons. So like it flowed very well. It's easy to make the character if you have familiarity with it. You know, you can model it pretty easily. He is going to be one of the go up front and do damage types with what I'm going to call battlefield support. I would not say that he is a support character, but I will say that the Exemplar class has a few interesting tricks that would allow you to assist your allies in the battlefield and kind of hinder the enemy a little bit better than one would expect from a standard martial class.
The worn icons usually are very leader-like, where they help the party in some way. Is it very Thor-like to be able to throw your hammer, or no?
Yes, but
okay.
That was another one of the this is in the game. I really wish that that the company that makes 2K Sports were to adapt the EA model, because I really want to be able to just say it's in the game for all of this stuff. However, it is the Whose Cry is Thunder is the pretty much direct translation of Thor takes the hammer, throws it, does a bunch of lightning damage, and then it returns back to his hand. In fact, it actually made it for an interesting build choice, because there is another one, Hurl at the Heavens, which is also very Thor-like. The difficulty with that was we'd have to invest in the returning rune in order to bring the hammer back, and at our level, we wanted there to be thunder. So one other feat, if you don't mind it, in saying like a lot of this stuff seemed to directly translate. Only the worthy was taken, which is if Thor decides it, you can't lift the hammer. So if an enemy is prone and he's adjacent to Thor, as an action, you can just drop the hammer on them, and then they have to have a strength check to move. In fact, it's almost like the team needs somebody who's able to grapple and trip to be able to take someone to the ground. I think we'll go ahead and use that as our segue. Would that be good? Segueing?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of,
so
someone to the ground.
I am going to be controlling both Sun Wukong and Achilles, and sadly, this class doesn't have a whole lot of good grappling abilities. Otherwise, I would have brought in Hercules and I would have tried to strangle something. But sadly, not the case. So here I have a couple characters that are very, very good at getting people on the ground, because they have shield augmentations or a bow staff that let them bring people to the ground and give support that way. However, both of them are primarily still damage dealers, because this class has a lot of stuff that's built for damage and tanking. And I'd say both these lean on the tankier side of things. Let's start with Sun Wukong, because I think that might be the one that people are less familiar with, and it's also the one that I struggled with the most.
You want to say
and I think it is important.
The hero of myth?
Yes, and I will talk about his myth as I'm explaining why I picked the things I did. So, if you think about Sun Wukong as a character, he is an impulsive guy that goes in, causes mischief, and does not fear the consequences of his actions. Not one bit. No. Not a single bit of remorse in this guy's body.
And from my crash course, he's from Chinese mythology? Okay.
Yes. And so, in order to do that, I wanted to give him the ability to recover from injuries with Scar the Survivor. Its imminence is not why I'm picking it, but its transcendently no scar but this lets him repeatedly heal himself. Because when I'm in the backlines all alone, I'm going to need every little bit of healing I can get to not feel the consequences of my actions at all. He has Noble Branch because he is a bow staff that is extending as a signature weapon, because a major thing about him is that he went into the underworld, flipped through a bunch of weapons, said, none of these are for me, grabbed a pillar that was supporting the world, and then it like shrank down to be a staff, and he started swinging around this like thousands of pound staff because he can.
Mm-hmm.
And I also gave him Thousand League Sandals because him constantly running into danger is a big deal. And so for his root epithet, I went with Brave, because this man is nothing if not brave.
Mm-hmm.
And then for his final epithet, I picked Born of the Bones of the Earth because he also has the title of Stone Monkey from when he was much younger as a character, and because he was the sturdiest, most durable of the other monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives him Born of the Bones of the Earth, which talks about the pillars of creation, which he kind of stole. So I just kind of like, and close enough.
Okay.
And that close enough is kind of how a lot of this fit together.
And his legend is that he's a monkey, right? Who is intelligent. And so we made him a Venara.
Gained immortality somehow, and then the only person who could reasonably stop him in a fight was the Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
Or clones of himself.
You can make
sometimes.
it in Pathfinder, of course, right? So we're
there are feats at later levels that make it even more like Wukong, but those are way later level.
Yeah, Wukong, from what I read on Wikipedia, he's some crazy mythic, super high level person.
super high level person.
Okay, Achilles.
This is like an actual like deity that I'm trying to make, but so I had to tone down, take a few liberties. I barely took liberties with Achilles, other than I'm playing more into his heritage, because in his myth, he was actually the child of a king and a water spirit. So I made him an Undyne, and I'm going to lean to some water abilities as kind of like an alternate universe version of Achilles. These myths have been told time and time again, so I don't feel bad about taking a little bit of artistic liberty there. Also, we want to show off some of the water abilities, so that's the excuse you're getting here.
Cool.
So, to go with Achilles, and to retell some of his myth through his abilities, the skin as hard as horn is obviously a reference to him. It has a single weak point on his body, so if he gets crit, they get to ignore the resistance. But otherwise, his skin is as hard as horn. He gets to shrug off hits that would very much endanger a normal person. Perfect. That's my guy. And then he has Noble Branch, because he is a spear user.
Okay.
I do not need to explain that any further. And I also gave him the Palisade Bangles to, again, further emphasize his nature of being very protected. So when he has that activated, not only himself, but all of his allies nearby him get this field of protection, where they get +1 bonus to AC.
And I understand he commanded people in an army.
He did. He was a commander. However, his maybe, probably, definitely lover actually at one point stole his helm because he did not want to fight, and led the troops into battle, causing them all to get killed. And out of that, he went into just like this mournful rage and started just like charging through the enemy lines, which is how we get a lot of his myth and legend, is that just battle where he was just raging through everything. So I took mournful because everything I did is because of that mournful touch to him. I really want to play into that like wounded character. Mm-hmm. For his Dominion epithet, I'm then going back to that water theme and taking Restless as the Tide, which will let him do splash damage to the water, just manipulating the water around and creating big tidal waves and, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And Seize Claim gets to move folks. Okay, cool. He also can throw that spear.
Yes, and is a returning spear.
Yes.
He can throw the spear farther. I just kind of took a bunch of things that make him a really good spear and shield character, because I think that is one of the major archetypes they're trying to explore in this class.
Okay. So we have 5 player characters. We wanted to have the fighter, generic fighter to compare it to, and have a spellcaster, and have 3 exemplars. And let's see. We want to have this fight. If we rush through it and we have extra time, maybe we do a second fight, or at least start one.
I'd be down.
I would ask the chat to suggest any level 10 solo bosses, or other suggestions for that. Maybe we can have a vote later. And what's our BS reason that these characters are together? Homer.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
figments of Homer's imagination, he's telling the greatest story to ever be told, and as such, we are now journeying to protect Homer as his
This is a
bodyguard.
true story of what happened to me.
Exactly.
I was gonna pull out the Infinity Gauntlet, so yeah, that's a much better way of dealing with it.
Yeah, he's on stage right now. He's telling a tale, and he's using has access to some kind of big magic that turns the stage into this waterfall area. And he's telling the tale about how they took on, were hunting for a magical beast that had 5 heads, called the Hydra, that is able to respawn its heads if you don't know its weakness, which is you need to cauterize its. You need to cut off its heads first of all, but also cauterize its stumps with fire. Valoros, of course, is tagging along. He's the comic relief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, do we have a light source here?
I would cast light on Sun Wukong's staff or something.
Okay.
But he
Yeah.
would just have to drag that on himself.
Spell effect light dragged onto Sun Wukong.
All right. You approach
Also,
this.
for
It is
walking
twilight.
around,
It is
I have
twilight,
some.
and anything you guys would do, and maybe at least the bard that you guys would do during exploration mode.
Yeah,
And
I have
also,
some
what would you
pre-buffs.
have as you can only have your divine spark in one thing during exploration, and when initiative is rolled, you can switch it to something else. So just want to hear the thought processes here.
Thor would have it in his face, so that in case he does get jumped, it's the body icon be in his face. So in case we do get jumped or something along those lines, he's already got his defense going.
Okay.
Achilles is much the same. He has it in the body because that's what's the most iconic for the character. I'm not going to think about too much harder beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
I am also going to have Wukong be in his Warren, as in his sandals that make him run faster, because he does not get jumped. He jumps them and will run directly into them. So whatever helps him run into them the fastest is what he's doing.
I mean, maybe the answer is no, but I'm kind of asking what are things that are not just to get ready for a fight, but you might be able to do while exploring. Like for the Animus, they can scout as a mouse or a cat, but maybe these folks don't have much. Maybe in this pillar.
In terms of exploration mode, you can think of us like fighters with interesting feats to carve the environment at higher levels.
Oh yeah, in our playtest questions, we want to see how they compare to the fighter in terms of power. Are they weak? Are they strong? Are they where we want them to be? Do they have access to abilities that let you make something feels like a epic hero of myth? Which almost sounds like a contradiction, right? You want to have a class that conveys you are a demigod, but also, this is a tactical team game. Any other things we're looking for here? Oh, we also wanted to have a higher level creature and then some at-level creatures. I didn't include lower level creatures because I wanted to include some iconic monsters today, but that's one limitation to our experiment.
Yeah. I do think this brings up the thought that, like many martials, you do have to be very careful to plan out your skills and the like in advance in order to be able to have, say, options during exploration mode. You have a comparatively small number of trained skills. It's going to be religion and then 2 plus your int. So, you have to go ahead and make sure that you invest those well in order to be able to have the full range of options.
Yeah, they're going to be a low number of skills person. Is that similar? I think the fighter has 3 plus int.
Yeah. So it's very similar to things like the fighter and the monk. I should mention that this class actually does get an extra trained skill at level 3. So that puts him at like +1 compared to fighter.
Okay.
But
That's probably
+1 compared to fighter is still bad. I'm just going to say that. If you aren't investing into int actively, which you probably aren't as this class, especially if you're strength based, you also need that dex for your armor class and constitution to not die, and charisma if you're going to be casting spells.
You are a light
Oh
armor
boy,
person.
are you mad?
Yeah.
You do not have the room for int, much like pre-remaster War Priest.
Okay. Cool.
For Homer, he's not the focus for like the video, but basically he's got books he can summon for recall knowledge. He's got shared lore with everybody so that everybody becomes knowledgeable about stuff. And his exploration activity is repeat a spell with the cantrip join patterns.
What does that do?
It makes everybody be able to aid him at recall knowledge.
Oh.
Yep, using whatever lore skill they have.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gave everybody bardic lore trained through share lore.
Crazy. What? You can't do that? Are these things legal? I saw you were doing Creighton's crossover with Bardic Lore too. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll assume
That's
they're legal.
very silly.
Okay. We proceed. It's this is the location where people have fought and died to the Hydra in the past. There's a 10-foot cliff before you.
All right.
Thor's going to go, "Ho, son. Be patient and wait for us. Not all of us can scale in the way that you can." And then we're gonna then Thor will
He scales.
slowly go, start trying to, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and wait for the rest of us?
Yeah.
And,
The monkey
up at
has
the
a
top
climb
while
speed,
we all go.
everybody.
Yeah, I think Veliros is a good candidate to like go first because he's like the baseline fighter, climb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I actually have lead climber. Go ahead and climb after me. I'm willing to help.
Okay, well, I think Veliros is already pretty good on their own as far as
Oh, everybody is
athletics
except
goes.
Homer.
No, yeah, right, exactly. So, I think I could just roll in athletics because he's master.
Okay.
Yep. And if you do manage to critically fail, I can turn that to a normal fail.
Okay. How does 20 sound, Ronald?
20 was the DC. We're good.
It is.
Is that up or halfway?
I believe a normal success on climb is 5 feet.
Well,
Wait, what's your move speed?
go make another check while I'm doing something.
Move is 35.
Plus 5 feet for
5.
20 of your land speed. Yeah, so you're yeah, you're just moving 5 feet if you're normal succeeding.
Okay, I'll roll again then. I rolled really low, so that's my bad. Yeah, okay, I'm fine.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
While you're
Veliros
all
can manage
struggling,
mundanely.
There is a creature in the where the water is falling above. That seems to have been spying the party and is with a roar flying down from above, from 100 feet above. We are gonna roll initiative.
Oh boy.
All right.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was very un-Thor-like. I gotta give it the program.
I think we'll pretend that was Valeros.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
the
He's
comic
like,
relief.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I can't wait to be a normal
and
human
Homer's
fighter.
audience laughs.
Oh boy, here I go again.
Let's see. Okay, playlist. So many things to do.
Yep.
I don't have my other music list. So many things to worry about.
Anyway, I can take questions from chat as stuff is being set up.
Yeah. Import. Where's the import button? Where'd it go?
My take is that I do think that the mature groups can also handle the conversation about narrative power budget and whatever. But I do think that having it in the game might invite some unhealthy table dynamics, so I'm very happy that it's put at rare, so that the GM has the most ability to ban it from their table if they think it might cause problems. So even if it mechanically doesn't cause a problem from the narrative standpoint, I'm very happy that it's rare.
I think it's still in question whether or not it would be a mechanical large power disparity, quote unquote.
Definitely.
But yeah, the narrative idea is a lot harder, particularly if you're dealing with teams that are not as into the role play side of it, to not end up dominating things. But mechanically, let's see whether or not
Let's
there's
see
a
if it
large
dominates.
power disparity. Yeah.
I mean, we have the King of the Marshals fighter there, so let's see how we all compare to fighter. And this is a generic fighter. This is not like a min-max fighter that I would bring to a table. This is PFS level up fighter.
All right. It is 100 feet above you and behind greater cover right now. It didn't quite roar. It's about to pounce. Your party hasn't noticed it.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I'm first to go. Well, in this situation, he's far away in the water, and not
100
everybody
feet up.
is grouped up together.
100 feet up, and don't think of this artwork as think of it as he's right above the waterfall. I put him right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be wise to delay.
Oh,
So Valorous and Homer delay.
Both of them, yeah.
okay. Wukong.
Okay. So I think Wukong is gonna climb. I'm gonna act my character. Wukong is gonna climb into the top of the tree, stand on top of the tree with the staff outstretched, looking completely ready, and then he's going to shift his icon to be inside the weapon.
Oh wait, we
He's
forgot
gonna try
one
and
thing.
smack this thing.
When y'all rolled initiative, you can change where your icon goes.
Oh, yes.
Ah, nice. Well, anyway, so he's gonna have it in the weapon now.
Okay, so no action required to shift imminence. So it's in the
And
weapon.
then he will choose to use the ready action for 2 actions to prep a strike.
Okay, and he has the
Actually, no. He's going to prep a trip.
Okay. Noble Branch lets him add +2 per damage die to his damage.
Yep.
And you just said what?
Prep a trip.
I'm prepping trip with ready.
Okay. All right.
And I have a bow staff so I can trip from reach.
Okay.
As soon as it enters my reach, I'm going to try and trip it. Duh.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. It is flying down.
Alright. Come at me.
Yep, it can fly double its speed while descending. Do-do-do-do-do.
Nice.
Very nice.
I'm gonna say it's like 30 feet away. I mean 30 feet above. What does it have? How stupid is it?
Always a great question.
Yeah. Okay, it's gonna fly straight to Wukong. And it
Does
not
that mean
have-
I get my trip chance?
It does not have reach, so yes.
Hee hee. I'm going to make an athletics check. I don't have my hotbar ready, so... Because I didn't think that far ahead. So I'm going to make an athletics check, just know it is a trip. And I actually get to add a +1 from item bonus. Because I am using my staff, which is a +1 weapon. And has a trip trait.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
That's 20. All right.
Ooh.
It is
Bonk.
going. It is going to. Well, let's see. I'm doing a roll for some reason. It
I
arrest the fall. Does that make you still stand? I mean, still prone. You're still.
I
prone?
would think... I don't know how Arrest Fall is worded. Arrest a Fall. I'm going to quickly double check it. Acrobatics check.
It doesn't say anything.
You fall gently, taking no damage. It doesn't say you don't fall prone. It just says you take no damage from
Yeah,
it.
but you only take damage because you fall.
from the critical success of trip.
I crit my trip.
Yeah, no, there's
But
the fall
I
distance.
remember, well, in there is a feat. It went specifically. No, it's not a feat. It's if you use the Earthbind spell. It specifies that you don't take damage, and then in the spell it goes, if you don't take damage, you don't fall prone. Which implies to me, since you have to say explicitly as part of the spell you don't fall prone, by default you are still prone.
Yeah.
But that is, but
Okay,
admittedly,
falling
that is
rules
in the
say
negative. That's in
if
the
you-
negative piezo logic, so you got to be careful with that.
All right, I'm gonna say it Anyway, it's gonna fall prone.
People are saying to turn me down, but I'm just gonna move my mic a little bit further away and call that good enough.
I don't know if I'm just gonna turn you down. That'll give you
Alright.
less to worry about. Okay. Yeah, and with its last action, it's gonna stand.
Oh,
Cool. And it's on the ground, right?
Yes. Okay.
Who has the high ground now, monster? And that'll be my reaction.
Yeah. Well, next is a hidden creature that has snakes for hair. That is hiding behind this tree here. She leans out. She is going to fire at Wukong with a poisoned arrow. Wukong is off guard to this because she did successfully hide.
All right. This class has very bad perception scaling, by the way.
That's a hit.
Yep.
Oh no.
4
I agree.
damage, 9 piercing damage, and make a fortitude save against this poison.
I'm gonna take damage. And then you want me to make a fort save?
Yeah.
I can give you that. Scarred Survivor is not active. I believe that
Okay.
succeeds.
It succeeds. And she is going to hide again. With cover. 22 beats all of you.
That succeeds
Wait,
against
except
Wukong.
not against Valorous. Okay.
Because Fighter has master perception at this point, where Exemplar only has trained.
Yep. That's her. And of course, guess what?
There's another one.
Yeah. Arriving at the scene
Or slow.
is the creature of legend. It spent 1 action to swim up. And enters initiative. And is going to... It has a 10-foot reach, I believe. Seeing that, it's going to go forward. And then make a strike against Wukong. That is a critical hit.
That is a bad noise.
Yes,
Very bad noise.
That is a 48 piercing damage. You have found the Hydra. It has 5 heads. Wait, you climbed this
Yay.
tree? Is that what happened?
I'm on top of the tree, yes.
Oh. I see.
Does it give me cover from below if I'm on top of the tree?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Next is...
All right.
It's already acted. Thor, you are down on the ground.
Yes.
And
Thor yells out, "Friend Achilles, assist Homer in climbing the cliff. He looks like he might need some help." Then from there, we'll go ahead and start climbing up. Okay, Thor, we need a 30 right now.
all right.
Get a 30,
So
Thor.
weapons are... Are you able to hold anything
Oh!
while climbing?
I am sorry, I forgot about that. He does have the spark in his hammer. I do not have. Do you need both hands need to be free in order to climb?
Normally.
Unless you have combat climber.
No, he does not. So we'll go ahead and take one action to.
I'll assume your hands were empty.
Okay, cool. Well, then we'll go ahead and climb up then. Okay, do it. I was trying this again.
Oh,
Again, come on.
I told you guys on Discord, if you get to the top, you're prone. I don't know if there was any objection to that.
What?
You what?
When you climb to the top, you're prone. Because think of it, you're climbing like this. And also, the rapid mantle feat says, if you want to be standing up, you need to grab an edge and then you stand up. You climb up and stand up. Apparently, no one read my message because now you're protesting.
That was...
Grab an
You
edge as
didn't
if you're
see that
falling.
message at all. I barely saw that you changed the gold amount.
Oh, but yeah, grab an edge is specific. That is, you're about to fall and you need to stop yourself at the last second. It's
I've
a
seen grab an
reaction.
edge
It
used
isn't
while
just.
you're climbing, but or to catch a wall that you're jumping toward.
I've
but in
seen
both
that, but
cases,
like
that
that's
is-
not this.
Yeah, it is a reaction. It is not a.
Yeah.
Yeah, climbing is just climbing.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the climb skill. You have
That-
both hands free. You
with
move
that said,
up. You
hey,
you move up.
You
and
are the
climb.
GM. This is what we're going. You're the GM. That's what we're going to do.
All right.
So
Sure.
first off, is it? You said it was 20 feet or 10 feet?
It's
It
10
was
feet high.
10 feet
10
wall.
feet.
10 feet wall.
It's 10 feet.
All
so
You've gone up 5
he's
feet.
up then. That was a success. It's 5 feet.
A normal
per-
success
oh,
moves
per
you 5
20.
feet.
Dag it, dag it, dag it.
That-
Okay,
that-
so
the
you know what?
artwork
I'm going to
Is
say.
at an angle.
I'm going to
so-
say from there. I'm going to re-roll it with a hero point because I really have a. I have a goal here.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
dag it! Okay,
The hero point
cool.
guarantee.
I really need. Yeah, we needed to get up there with one action. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take the second action to try to climb again. Freak.
Mhm.
So, for the viewers, the goal was to get up there before the thingy has a chance to move, and then the hammer on top of him. And unfortunately, Thor can't climb quickly. So here we are.
Okay.
Was the call that you were prone when you first
I'm
get to the
still
top, or
I'm
is
still vacillating. I think most
last
people.
action will stand? Last action will stand. You're
Okay.
the GM. We can do it.
Yeah. Let's play test that.
Then it's turn.
Next is. I mean, there are people delaying still. Achilles is
Yep.
next.
So Achilles has already being up there. And did I take Combat Climber? I did. Nope, that's the wrong character sheet. Achilles. Feats. I did not.
One option
Shame on me, I
is
took
to
all the
high
intimidation
jump.
feats.
If any of you have high jump as a quick jump, and then you could just.
Valiros, but he's already up there.
Because
Achilles
it's 10
has,
feet
quick
high, you can
jump,
high jump.
But he does not
grab
have any of the
cliff edge.
powerful leap feats. What he does have is
So for
a
viewers
really
who don't
good
know,
move
I
speed.
made this cliff. I picked this map because there is a body icon or something that lets you powerful leap and quick jump,
there is, and Wukong has it.
and so does Thor. But they're
Yeah,
already up on the surf. Oh,
Yeah, but
I
I don't
am
think
going
you can
to-
jump 20 feet, can you?
horizontally.
Asking, not telling. I didn't think you can jump 20 feet without some sort of extra feet. Not
Oh,
just with quick
high
jumping.
jump is really you can't jump that high. You'd have to be super athletic to jump much higher.
So
Okay, so to be clear, we did do it the right way. It was not intended that we were meant to jump up there to the top.
I don't know.
can,
what
can we
was
move on to the
possible.
actual thing?
Hold on.
Or-
What? We're
okay.
not going to clarify rules during our playtest.
All right, sure.
What I was saying, you can jump and grab the edge. But then I only said that after you actually did it. So let's just go with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
that being the case, it's not my turn anymore?
Let's move on.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We just now know it exists. There's other
So-
opportunities to jump, possibly.
What I am going to do is I'm going to activate a bracelet of dashing
Ooh.
on Achilles, who now has a lot of move speed.
Uh-huh.
And what he is going to do is he's going to stow the spear, climb.
Oh, you wanted to be holding the spear? Okay. I mean,
He is stowing the spear.
I was assuming you're all getting ready to climb, so I was allowing you guys to have
Okay, so if we're all ready to climb, then I have the spear hand empty. I have combat climber, so I just have the shield still strapped,
Cool.
and I'm then going to climb up.
Sandberry says, this seems stressful. Yes, the way I run skills and climbing is stressful.
I am going to roll that.
Ooh. That is
I guess
super
I'm
high.
able to climb 20 feet, but I only need 10.
Yes, and honestly, that's so much extra movement, I will say you're standing. Because
Perfect.
I don't even know, I'm in uncharted territory, folks.
I retrieve my spear.
All right. Cool.
And that would actually leave me with an action remaining.
Activating your thing was an action.
Activate climb. Draw spear. Okay, draw spear. Okay.
Mhm.
That's 3. So I'm just ready on the top.
Okay. I'm going to Valeros.
I would rejoin at this point, but I would try Homer first.
Okay. Homer.
Are they able to recall knowledge without seeing something?
Yeah. What are they
Yeah?
asking? What are they finding out?
Well, about all of the creatures that are up there.
Well,
maybe the Hydra, because we
I don't
are
think
already
he's aware
knowing
of
we were
the
going to go.
Medusa, but the others he can, because he did.
The others I can? Okay, that's
They've been
fair.
hunting the Hydra. They and the Chimera. Is that how to pronounce it? He just saw.
Yeah, I guess you could have seen it in the sky.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll start with that. I've technically rejoined the initiative at the bottom of round 1, so it's not round 2 yet, right?
Does it matter?
It matters for my join past cantrip,
Oh.
just so we're clear, because it's a 1-round duration spell that I'm repeatedly casting.
Okay.
Okay, so I would do recall knowledge checks first on the Hydra with occultism, and I would ask for aid from people who have reactions available if they can.
And we're gonna go rules as written for aid.
Sure. So, you know what? I'll have Valiros do it because they're going to gain their turn right after. So Valiros will aid using a
Farming
lore bardic, because they have
Bardic
share lore. Bardic lore.
Jeez.
All right. He's letting them help him with the lore he gave them.
Yes, because he's a teacher. He's an orator.
Oh, someone says I'm much quieter than the rest of the cast, so I'm gonna turn myself up. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just roll Arcana because it would be the same modifier.
Testing.
For Valiros.
Testing.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm going. There you go. Alright, it's rolling. This is Valiros' aid check.
All right. Plus, is he's trained, so +1.
Yep. Alright, and then Homer would... Well, I guess it's a secret check, isn't it? Right?
It is. What's his bonus with the aid?
With aid...
And he's recalling what?
Recall knowledge Hydra.
Okay. Just anything about the Hydra. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I had something... Yes, I'm all... Okay, so +21 because I'm invoking Pocket Library. So, with one of his bardic spells, there's a stack of books that appears in parchments. It's like, oh, I can read off of that for the Hydras.
Okay.
So
and what skill he's using? Is he...
Occultism.
Okay.
And if it's a failure, he could reroll using bardic lore.
Okay. Well, you know that... well, the party already knows that fire is needed to cauterize it. You know that it is able to regenerate according to the number of heads it has. That's how much it regenerates. And that this can be stopped with... and that fire is one of the ways to stop it.
Okay. From where Homer is standing, can they see Sun Wukong in the tree? Because they're pretty high up.
Actually, what you believe is acid is one of the ways to stop it. And
Acid.
yes, can you see Sun Wukong?
I think you can. Even if you can, I'm more than.
I say
if
yes.
You're thinking about Soothe.
Are you? If it's I don't know how
It's 30
diagonals
feet
work in
horizontally,
Pathfinder.
20 feet that way, so it's not
Yeah.
going to be 30.
What's weird is that this is at an angle. I treat you as more like right here. But he is 40 feet vertical, 25 horizontal, so that's...
I'm at 20 feet vertical.
20 feet.
Yeah, I think you're beyond 30 feet.
Okay. In that case, I would do Recall Knowledge Chimera.
Okay.
Valeros has already used their reaction, so somebody else would have to use theirs to aid me, if they can.
Going once.
Achilles will toss it your way.
Alright, it would be Intelligence plus Trained would be their aid check.
It'd be Warfare Lore.
That works too.
Okay.
Oops.
Nope.
Alright, so I'm rolling at a normal plus 18 Occultism, and if it fails, I can use a reaction to do Bardic Lore.
I'm sorry. What's the bonus?
18.
Okay. Well, the Chimera is the way I run Recall Knowledge is blah blah blah. 18. Okay. Well, you learn that it has a 30-foot cone of cold. You notice the white dragon head, and that is a possibility.
Homer's just standing at the foot of the cliff, just spouting all that information about the monsters.
Yeah, and you also learn it does not have weakness to fire.
Alright. I suppose they would spend their last action trying to climb up at the very least. So athletics it is.
Uh-oh, is Homer going to be stuck at the bottom of a cliff?
Potentially. Or I'm gonna roll 20.
Oh. Okay, you make it.
Good enough for me. That's halfway up there, right?
Yeah. So we'll remember he's 5 feet down. Okay.
That's Homer's turn, and then it would be Valeros would end his delay and such.
Okay.
Would you let them like use an action to grab Homer and prop them up or something, or is that too
that'd be
out of the rules?
Prepare to aid, I suppose. He'll need to be there when Homer's turn happens.
He's gonna go in there because things are looking dire.
Well, if we're using remaster rules...
Oh?
Reposition.
Rules wire moment?
Reposition? I don't know about helping someone climb. I don't know if that's contemplated.
Reposition to move them upward 5 feet, I don't know.
No,
Mm.
I'll just go to the
obstacles.
melee. Well, I'll let the marshal do marshal things. So, apparently this thing has a cone of cold breath type thing, so
30
looking
foot
at
cone.
our formation, this is definitely where I don't want to be. So, I'm gonna spend one action striding up to there, and then 2 actions double
Hold
slicing.
on.
Uh-oh.
It has an attack. Reactive strike.
Oh, darned.
Whacha. I wish I had my physical die. I feel naked. You're being attacked by something. The dragon head.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, yikes.
That includes some cold damage, 20, and also the Hydra had 10-foot reach, and here it's gonna go after him. That is a hit.
How would the Hydra be within range? That's all 15 for my measurements.
You know how reach works on diagonals for 10-foot reach? It's an exception.
Yeah, so this spot here would... Okay, I get it now. You're right.
Okay, there's some more damage.
Okay, oops. Well, still, I could have taken a big cone of gold, but he's in a weak position, right? The Chimera is prone and such. I want to capitalize off of that with double slice.
Wait,
So,
I thought the Chimera stood up. Am I wrong?
No.
Oh, no, the Chimera made an attack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was still prone.
Okay,
Remember the whole point
Yeah,
was to
four
drop the
wanted
hammer
to
on
go
it.
up.
go ahead.
Yeah. Alright, so double slice is
I had
2
different
attacks at
thoughts.
highest.
It's
and
from
then combined
multitasking.
damage.
The second one's at
So-
-2,
Yep.
because they're not agile.
Oh, only the second one?
The second one is at -2 accuracy.
Correct. That's a hit.
Isn't it both of them are... Oh no, it's
No,
only...
just
Okay,
the
so
second one. If
Okay.
I put a
not
-2. I put a -1 accident, so it should be 31.
Okay, that's a hit. Make your second attack roll now.
Yes.
That is 2 hits.
Not a crit to double slice.
It's fine. I'll do. I'll bunch up those damages, and they will be counted
Ooh.
together. So it's a total of 32.
32 damage. Excellent. It is now injured.
Hey, pretty good. You get going, Marshall. Good job.
Yay. Next is Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong.
So, am I currently within reach of the Hydra?
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, now is the part where I decide how much am I willing to gamble. Do I have Titan Wrestler? Is that a gamble I'm willing to make? Feats?
Yes. 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 Yes.
All right, people, who's ready for the roulette?
Who are you going to try to wrestle?
So there's this Hydra here, and I think he's annoying.
Oh, okay. Apparently, it just stood. It stood up, but it did not make an attack. I guess a lot of the damage came from the Hydra, I suppose, but it didn't affect these results.
Yeah.
That the fighter just had.
All right, well, I tripped the Hydra.
Oh no! Wait, what? DC 26, really? Oh.
Look at my athletic check in chat.
Oh. You tripped
I
a
tripped the
Hydra.
I tripped the Hydra. I slap him on the side with my stick, and I go, hoo hoo hoo.
All right. Very, very Wukong of the very little I
And
know.
Then I parry
Uh
with my bow staff, and then I'm going to slide down.
huh. And it doesn't attack. It has another reaction. So does the Chimera.
Yes.
They both have more reactions.
However, can the Chimera reach me?
10 foot up. Yeah.
The square you leave. So what it's going to do is going to attack you with the
But I'm leaving from 10 feet
goat
up on
head.
top of this tree.
Yeah, and it is a large creature that is standing. It has
Okay,
reached towards you.
fair enough.
Here comes a goat horn. Right. Nah. That's a hit.
Oof. Yikes.
I forgot to implement my parry and foundry. 24 damage. Technically still alive.
And here comes the Hydra, which is prone. So -2 to this attack.
And let me see if I can equip parry.
Oh, nice. It missed because it was prone,
Because of
or
all my
because
bonus fishing.
or parry or whatever. But,
I assume Wukong is he like a lot of those he has a sense of humor. I'm assuming he's like
Yes,
having fun.
he is cackling as he's doing this. He's a
Okay.
little trickster. He is my little gremlin.
Nice.
He is now on the ground firmly.
Okay.
At like no HP. Parrying.
Yeah.
That's his go.
Yeah, the Chimera is going to do a
Wait, did the Chimera also have a second action or a second reaction?
It did.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm torn between whether Valor's hurt it. I'm going to do 50-50 as to whether it's going to breathe cold or not. So if it's low, it's going to attack Valoros. Okay, it's going to go for
that
Valoros.
is very, very low. I'm gonna die, guys.
All right, it's going to do 3-headed strike.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. They're all targeting different creatures. No. That's not what this is. That's not what's going on here. Did Wukong hurt it also?
Wukong
Just
tripped
tripped
it
it.
before.
I guess it didn't
Okay.
take damage because it loaded down and such.
So I think what it wants to do is it wants to get into everyone's face because of its ability. So it is going to move here and actually fly like this. So I think people
Reactive
have
strike,
reactions.
Wukong will also take reactive strike.
Okay, but there is no flanking. I'm gonna do this. This is where the strikes happen. You know what? I'm gonna use the bathroom while you do your thing. Oh no!
I think I just got a crit. Do I disrupt the move action? Or no, that's only for manipulate, right?
unfortunately not. Yeah, it's only manipulate.
And do we get like critical specializations and rune effects
You do
on
as a
crit?
fighter. Yeah, as I don't have any on crit effects, and I also didn't crit, so. Because this
Okay.
class needs you to actually specialize into critical
Yeah,
specializations.
yeah. So for swords, it's just that it's off guard for a
It's
while.
flat-footed for a round.
Okay,
yeah,
and I have
off guard.
fearsome, so I'll write that in chat.
Okay, roll damage.
So Valorous made it off guard and frightened 1.
Oh, because he has the critical specialization
Just crit
effect.
and fearsome rune.
Oh yeah, it writes it in chat when I roll damage. There we go. Thanks, Foundry.
So would that have actually changed the math of Wukong's swing?
It's the same trigger, so I would have no new effects.
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay, 42, 24 on a crit. That's pretty low, isn't it?
Yeah, I rolled 1 and 2, I think. 2 and
Okay.
3 on the dice.
It
Feels
is
bad.
kind of pissed. It's gonna do a 3-headed strike. Let's make this. I'm gonna do some randomness here. Okay, good. Okay, so the dragon jaws are gonna go against no. The goat. You're gonna get a goat horn, Valoros.
Well, I'm the goat, so it makes
Subtract
sense.
2 from this, and then lion jaws against Wukong.
And that raised shield is just applying my parry trait, just so you know. That I'm just jankily implementing parry.
Actually, I'm applying the penalty in Foundry.
Oh, okay, pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
And Thor is going to get the dragon jaws.
Okay, let's see.
Ah.
Oh, I don't like that sound.
Oh.
No, I do
Poor
like
thing,
that
like
sound.
roll a
Yes.
2-3-2 or something.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Does its frighten decrease by 1 at the end of its turn?
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever.
You know, it was still technically useful.
Yeah, man.
The Medusa's leaning out. It's going to fire at Valoros. Though, you know what? I think
I
she
think it was not hidden for Valeros. He had too high perception.
Yeah, it wasn't hidden to Valorous, but
Yeah.
Medusa would not know that. As it is a secret check, and that is part of the secret checks.
Yeah. You know what? She's actually gonna just she's gonna sneak here. I guess she has some foliage. And then attack. Okay, that's a miss.
Oof, thank God that's by 1.
And that's due to the heavy armor proficiency that fighters get that Exemplars don't. Just if you're wondering.
Okay. And how deep is this water? She's gonna get closer. I wonder why.
Oh, I...
Oops, swim speed.
Okay, Hydra wants to stand up.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have no
we'll allow
reactions.
it.
I shall allow it.
It resolves.
Especially Homer. He's like, oh yeah, I'll let that happen.
Okay, I don't know what direction it's gonna go. Left or right? Or our left or our right? Well, it's gonna go this way. Gonna move here.
Okay.
I think here to get around a tree trunk. Any responses? No?
I have no reaction available on that one, and also no reaction available on Achilles because of failed aid.
Out
Okay.
of Thor's reach.
All right, it's kind of a random fight. Wait, let me do a secret. I like to roll its intelligence score or lower using the, 1 to 18, 3 to 18 scale.
Achilles currently has spear in hand.
Here comes a it's bite against Wukong.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Not a crit though. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Okay, dying, and you change in initiative. That was its last action. And we now move on to Thor.
Both
Okay.
stuff is dropped.
that makes things a lot harder. Thor will pull the hammer since he had to have it stowed in order to climb.
You're getting attacked.
Sorry?
You're getting
I think
attacked.
that pulling out the hammer gets
Wait.
attacked by both of these idiots.
Yeah.
Because-
Unfortunately, I don't really have any. I gotta get the hammer out.
You must.
So in order to be able to really do anything.
And this is why we need a grappler exemplar, everybody.
Here comes a goat horn. That's a hit
Okay.
for 12. And Hydra is going to try to bite you for... Ooh, ouch. 24.
Ouch.
Okay, yeah, that one was a bit more of a problem, but we will deal. Okay, so we're gonna take a 5-foot step in order to set up the flank, and then from there, and again, just as a reminder, set spark is in the hammer. We will go ahead and attack the chimera.
Okay. And the hammer spark is going to give extra damage if you hit, and that does not hit.
It's irrelevant. It misses. Okay, end of his turn.
Okay. Okay. Also, he's not pretty at the moment. I'm just understanding these rules because it's in his divine
it's in the
sparks. Yeah. So he looks like
He's not
he he looks normal now. Achilles.
So Achilles is going to, first things first, he has his active eminence in the body. He is going to channel that to do crash against me.
Ah. Okay, he has resistance 7. What type of damage? Did he? He gets one type of damage when
given
the
that it's
character's
Achilles,
formed.
I'd have said slashing.
Okay.
Given the character.
So he has
Not
resistance.
that is helpful at all in this fight. I'm
So
not
this
meditating.
transcendence ability means it would. It's gonna. It switches to a different icon, but he gets resistance equal to his level instead of half of his level. And it might bounce off and go.
And
if they
also, I have a special ability. To be a hero who endure countless hardships and stand where others have fallen, shouldering dreams and destinies in their stead. This weight may reach your eyes, you bear this burns up. Those who live on you can live smiling. Just as the Hydra is dazzled. No save.
Ah. Yep.
Tearing up.
Yep.
It's tearing up.
The 5 heads start to sob.
And I'm going to put the spark into my weapon.
Okay.
As I slash into it with my spear.
Okay. Noble branch damage.
And I am going to not be doing splash damage.
Oh wait, you have 3 abilities. You have 3 imminence abilities. Noble branch gives extra spirit damage. Thorns of mortality can hinder regeneration and healing, and restless as the tide can, when you crit, it splashes all creatures within 10 feet.
Yeah,
This all happens
at
at...
Thorns of Mortality. I need to have my imminence in my weapon, so I'm going to put the imminence in the weapon, get ready to do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to stab at the Hydra.
Alright.
Because it is right there. And it is stabbable.
It is very
do you disagree with its
stabbable.
stab ability?
Who is this, the
Ronald?
dazzled animation? Wait, what?
Do you disagree with its stab ability?
No.
Wow, that was weird. Something strange happened with the dice. I don't know what happened.
Okay, cool. That's a hit. Okay, let's double check our math. From level 5 or something, you get +2 spirit damage already. Noble branch weapon icon gives you +2 per weapon die in spirit damage. So in addition to your strength, you should have an additional +6 spirit damage, which, because you are also the water thing, you can choose to make bludgeoning also. Is that right?
And bludgeoning splash. And I'm choosing not to do that because that would be very bad in this scenario, given the monkey
The splash
companion.
is on a critical, I believe.
Okay, well, I'm still not doing it because I don't want to splash my friend.
Okay. All right, so
splash
that
only
damage
friendly
looks
fire.
correct. So 19 damage to the Hydra. Dun-dun-dun.
Yep.
So you're aiming at the body. Remember, if you want to, cut off a head, that's a separate thing.
Then again, this thing would not be considered unholy. I don't think any of these things would be.
Oh, he's
We
sanctified?
don't know it would be or considered unholy. It's because I have Vow of Mortal Defiance, which is something that quite literally does nothing. Exemplar's level 1 feats are all based in the traits that are going to come in remaster that don't exist yet.
Okay.
So that's kind of an issue.
Well, anything that
We
would
can't
be
do spirit damage?
have a weakness
We can
to
do
good
spirit
damage.
However, holy unholy doesn't actually have any mechanical meaning yet. Really.
Well, if a stat block says good damage or evil
Weak to
damage, I would
good or-
apply it.
But yeah, no, that's not really.
Okay.
Then, but if this is specifically if they are holy or unholy, the trait, not caring about any individual weakness, because I'm not sanctified. Whole thing. But needless to say, it does nothing currently.
Okay.
I have some things. I think I'm going to raise shield.
Oh, the Transcendence, was that an action?
Transcendence. It was an action for me to be able to transcend. Yes.
And then you made 2 attacks. Oh, no,
I
re-rolled
made a
one
strike
attack.
and then raise shield.
Got
yes.
it. Okay, good.
That's kind of it for me.
Homer, meanwhile, is
Yeah.
narrating this tale, looking back at the audience from the cliffside.
It's climbing time again.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, no!
That's hero point time.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's failure.
Okay.
There we are.
Oh, jeez.
Try again. I don't think it's worth just waiting.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Down he goes, I think, right?
Down 5 feet, and it says you fall prone.
Oh, and
Scroll,
critical
failed climb.
Oh, God! Homer!
I'm not a fighter, I'm a bard. You stand up, last action.
Yeah.
So Thorns requires me to do a transcendence, and I can only transcend once per turn. And I had it in my body, so I had to do Crash Against Me, chat. That is an issue of this class. You need to plan your next turn ahead of time, and we just kind of got screwed over by some environmental things.
Yeah.
I'm
This
answering that
evil
because it's a
GM
good
timed it, you noticed. What, right, you're in the middle of dealing with a cliff.
Yeah, the cliff is really the main enemy of this fight. The cliff
Yeah,
increased the
for
difficulty
sure.
of this fight 2 stages. Like, it's rough.
Alright. Looking at this thing's HP, I think a double slice is warranted.
I agree. Go for it, my brother.
And you are flanking it.
Oh my.
That's not a good sound.
Mm,
Let's burn our hero points now and try to win.
Yeah,
instead of playing
I'll-
to lose.
I'll hero point. That's even worse.
Okay.
Well, yeah, whatever.
At least it was...
And we'll see if the shield is any better. Maybe the shield will find some purchase.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty
Yay!
good.
And it doesn't do double slice. Yay!
Well, it would have been worse without double slice.
Yeah,
For
it
sure.
would have been.
Okay,
but,
14. Yay!
Like, no agile
Kabonk.
weapon, bottom text. Not a sword, bottom text.
Okay. One more.
And I will raise shield.
Okay. You know, in the original edition, the original printing, Ray's shield had the manipulate trait.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Okay, Chimera, I'm gonna do an intelligence thing. My secret, how smart is it acting right now? It's gonna be a little silly. I think it wants to... 50-50. Okay, it's gonna breathe cold on these 3 creatures.
And also,
And also the Hydra.
The Exemplar. Their reflex saves are butt.
Okay,
For
here...
the technical term, the reflex saves are booty garbage.
Booty, 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 booty.
It's now a good time for us to return back to that conversation about the large power imbalance.
What?
I'm good, right?
You know, I really feel Exemplars are very overpowered, you know?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if Wukong crit fails or normal fails.
Homer is not targeted. Thankfully, he failed, so he's just telling the story.
We should just
Good
get back
thing
down the
you-
cliff.
Wow.
Uh-oh,
Oh, that's
Wukong. Oh no, are we
Uh,
gonna have a death?
You know, Wukong will be fine. He's handled worse, right? Right, guys? Right, chat?
Somebody should grab him and yeet him down so I can heal him.
I owe a hero point to somebody, but... Wait, didn't Wukong do something kind of...
Wukong
Funny.
was tripping stuff, constantly bouncing
I think
around the
Wukong
trees.
gets a hero point, so that's gonna be his insurance.
Well, he has 2 now.
Alright, you guys see that 29. Apply damage if you have hit points.
Already
Oh, and also,
have
the, the Hydra also is in the way.
Oh, good. Goody.
And Wukong's already dying
got
3.
Yeah. Wukong got the one hit that made us think for a moment that this
We had
might
a shot.
actually be. Yes. Wukong got the hit that gave us the false confidence.
I think we should
Blame
go
it on
down-
Wukong.
I think down the cliff is the place to be, guys.
I agree. I think that we kick Wukong off the cliff and have him hero point his way down.
Reposition him off the cliff.
Yeah, for sure.
Throw him off the
Wait, is
cliff
a
like
cliff a
trash.
hazard? Ron, we need your ruling. Is a cliff a hazard?
Wait, you need to throw him towards the healer. That's the thing. Is that what you're doing? Oh my god.
I think we're thinking about it.
Okay, the Chimera is now going to attack. Well, there's 3 targets who are standing. Random. It's going to go for Achilles.
Doesn't the Hydra have a thing that lets it bite at everybody, but at lower attack? I think it would know about its abilities.
It only has 1
Chimera
action
is
left.
first.
Yeah, when I.
Okay. Chimera. Oh, it's Chimera's turn.
I'm going to randomly roll. I think they're all piercing damage anyway. So here comes your Dragon Jaw.
It stop damaging Thor, please.
Oh, it's Achilles.
He's going for
Nice try,
Achilles. Okay.
Nice try.
The Medusa leaps. And stares at
Uh-oh.
Valeros. Look
Alright.
at me. Look at me. Make a
It's
fortitude
actually
save,
fire
Valeros.
action
Valeros.
Who is still raising shield?
I might shield block that. Just
I'm
for
pretty
the
sure
damage
you-
reduction. Yeah, I will. I will shield block that.
Yeah, your shield's hardness is 10, so...
We'll see what the damage is.
The tail,
Let's see
the
what the
tail of
damage
this fight is all of the reactive strikes from these 2 creatures. So that's
Are
Yes.
good.
No, the tail of the fight's the cliff.
Cliff.
and Wukong's
Most
arrogance.
badass thing in the.
I'm just waiting for the end of the fight so Homer can make a cliffhanger pun.
Okay, shield block. So I did not
Roll
roll.
crit damage.
I did not roll crit damage yet.
first.
Yeah,
Oh.
So I will click block and then I'll click damage and it'll do itself automatically.
Okay.
Boop.
And then roll a fortitude save. I think all of her things are poison, right? I don't think she has an inventory. She's just legendary. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, he resists the poison, and that's her.
All of these classes have great fort saves, except the Bard.
Okay,
Okay at it.
Wukong, make a recovery check.
Wukong is dying 3, and he hasn't actually... Ron,
What?
so... No, I'm still in the weapon. I don't have to talk any praise about Die Hard. Let's go.
Wait, does he have Die Hard right now?
He can have Die Hard if his things in his body, but the entire point of me putting in body is so I can get out of it as quick as possible to heal.
Okay, for those who don't know, Swing Ripper, part of the Swing Ripper
I have a
cinematic
thing
universe
about
is that he
the,
doesn't like the
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard feat.
Okay, so death save. I need a 13. I am
That's a
going to
Critical
you know what?
failure.
I hero point my recovery check.
Wait, no. Why would you do that?
So it's a normal failure.
So now
But-
I am going to use heroic recovery with 1 point remaining.
Oh, because he had 2 points. Okay. I get it. I didn't know you had 2 points.
So I'm stabilized.
Okay.
And
Hey,
I do not
Hydra.
get a wounded value tick up from heroic things. I am still unconscious though, so I'll apply the unconscious condition.
Okay. Okay, here
Does
comes
Wukong's go?
the Hydra. Well, I think it's attacking everybody.
Yeah, that checks out.
Well, wait, hold on. It also has a focused assault thing, so let me check its intelligence first, because it's kind of... Honestly, I don't think it knows enough. It knows nothing about the party's healing abilities. So...
What healing abilities?
The ones
We
at the
don't have
bottom of the
any. We're
cliff.
marshals. You can see Thor and Achilles, and that's just gonna need to be enough, apparently.
Okay, so it's a
Thorax
50-50
Courage,
whether it's going to
Focus
do Focused Assault or Storm of Jaws. So it's going to do Focused Assault on one of the standing people. It's going to do it on Thor.
Of course.
Okay, it's only a single attack roll, this ability. I'm going to put it in chat.
Ooh. Oh, the flat check. Nice.
Wait! Oh,
Because Achilles that made it dazzled.
I just pressed target on Thor, and it did that automatically. There's some kind of
it's
new
a module.
automation thing.
And you know what? I have a line here. Cry about it.
Oh my god! Wait! Okay, hold
I
on.
am the tank. Cry at how gay we are for each other. This is a safe space.
Oh yeah, it's crying about your gay lover right now. Hold on.
Read the myths.
On a successful attack, it deals Hold on, let me read this. It still does. It has like constellation damage, but that's if. Even on a failed attack, the Hydra deals the damage, but it doesn't even succeed at targeting. Am I correct? So I think 0 happens. It's about to bite you.
Doing it.
It's trying to. All 5 of the heads just, they don't see you. They're just full of tears. Okay, awesome. That saved a bunch of health. Okay. It's only its first 2 actions though. I think its last action is to attack you with -10. Oh wait, it regenerated. It regenerated
On a failed attack. Oh, doesn't conceal just crit fail you if you miss? Unconcealed?
I think it doesn't even succeed at targeting you.
Yeah,
That's
right.
my reading.
Perfect.
Right. Hold on, it regenerated 5 per head, I think.
So I think that is a Lamau plus Rip Bozo.
And last attack with -10. Wait, it has to target you also. Okay.
It targets but fails.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next is Thor.
Well,
Cry about it.
Violin's beard.
You want to do
Bear
Ally's Bird and his Transcendence thing, where he has to stride though, but I guess you can stride fall.
That's why I'm asking.
And collapse on that guy, and I'm pretty sure Achilles would heroically raise shield and then jump off backwards.
It makes sense to me. He is going to be a target of 2 attacks though.
Ah,
You want to raise shield
So-
first, maybe? Though maybe I shouldn't help.
Thor? No, Thor doesn't have a shield out. He only had.
he
the
was
hammer.
climbing.
Oh.
Yeah, so he never got a chance to actually pull out his shield. And I could do so now, but then we won't be able to do it because he's going to have to take 1 action in
No.
order to.
And you're gonna need the hand to pick them up.
Yeah,
right?
and they have multiple
He
reactive
has it.
strikes, and taking out the shield provokes.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to. Not on this round. Not on this round. Bioden's beard. We need to kill these.
Wait, what
We need
if
to
the
destroy
bard-
these things now. We're gonna have to do this. Go ahead. What if the bard? Go ahead.
Does the bard have Inspire Courage?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have Inspire Defense?
No.
Okay. So in that case, do you think that we can have you move first because we are in it whatever order we please? So
Yeah, we are. We can delay as much as we want.
what if the bard goes first, heals up Thor? Achilles will then try and evoke his thing to get a bracer out. They'll give everybody a +1 bonus to AC to they can give you a chance. I cannot guarantee anything, but I can guarantee you a chance at survival. Are you okay with taking that chance with me?
We will take that chance.
All right.
This sounds like a line
That
of
was
movie
Is that
dialogue.
directed towards Thor or Homer? Like,
Yes.
who's actually being... Yes,
Yes.
okay. Yes, we will take that chance.
Okay, so Homer.
I'm going first. I think I understand what the plan is. I'm going to do a level 3 Sooth on 4.
There is a comment. I don't know if it is a suggestion, Sean.
Let's see what the comment is.
So the one that can break apart the mountain is Wukong.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to
Minor
roll
issue.
healing for 4. This is all of your HP, baby. 25.
This is
Okay.
the Sooth spell on Thor. Okay.
Yep. And I
And
will
then-
Right? Okay.
I will use one action to Dirge of Doom because I think it's auditory.
Perfect. Dirge of Doom can be auditory. Perfect.
So
You're just
he's going
orating.
to orate the demise at the hands of the mighty four of those creatures.
1, 2.
And they're all afraid of what's gonna happen because they don't know where the voice is coming from.
Cool.
I am the narrator.
The
Wow, that
unseen
was cool.
speaker.
Foundry automated that. Okay.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Nice.
And, hold on. So, did you want to go next?
I want to go
Achilles.
next because I can further buff your AC.
Okay, cool. We'll go back. Thor will delay till after Achilles.
Okay.
And then Achilles is going to, again, strike at the Hydra.
Mm-hmm. With this,
I need to open up Achilles' character sheet.
the spear's a reach.
The spear.
The Hydra.
The Hydra's in my face.
Oh, the Hydra. Sorry. I'm confusing mythological Greek creatures. Or
Fair.
wait, is the Chimera? I don't know.
The Chimera's also Greek.
The DM is lawful evil. I think I am. Says
Okay, I'm
Icarus.
going to jab this guy.
Ooh, a good
nice.
roll.
Okay, I'm then going to deal damage,
Okay. Ow. Okay.
and then I am going to.
But Thorns of Mortality, right? Is your Divine
Wait.
Spark in your weapon?
Seize claim. That's a weapon thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give us another chance.
Oh wait! Oh my god, can I suggest... Is that your Transcendence one?
That is my transcendence. It is applied to the weapon. I can transcend via seize claim.
This is crazy, y'all. Okay, let's put it in chat.
I have the tides come up around me and then flush outward, trying to push the creatures away.
Yes. And 15 feet in
direction
any
I choose.
direction that you
Make your best
choose.
save, GM.
Okay, Transcendence. Okay, DC 23, Chimera
And
first.
I will move my spark to be my warn, which gives all my allies within a certain distance me a bonus to AC.
Oh, these have good fortitude saves also,
They
unfortunately.
do have good fortitudes. However, this is a gambit.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
it was a
Sometimes
G5.
it happens. So there was a world where that would work.
Yeah, it was good, though. And, you know,
Please raise
it doesn't
your
use a
profile.
daily resource, so...
Yeah. And I need to swap anyway, so that just cost my Razor Shield to go for something that big. Which
Yeah.
is very low cost.
Wait, it
I-
then says you strike an enemy within your reach.
Okay, well, I guess I make another strike.
And I think the spark has not changed yet, FYI, because you have to resolve the Transcendence. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I will apply it back to my Warn. Get the
Awesome.
aura of armor back in.
Okay, Thor.
I gave you the best shot I could.
Yep, there we go. Let's see what we can
It's-
do. And so Thor is going to start off with, and I will just go ahead and repost this. He is going to bring the hammer down on the Chimera.
Wait, we're gonna bear allies' burden?
Sorry?
Bear Eyes
No.
Burn requires a certain one, but I'm just trying to give the space to do things. Maybe burn actions.
Okay. That
Hey!
hits.
Off guard.
Off guard. I'm doing it. Don't worry about it.
Pathfinder is
Okay.
Pathfinder.
Awesome.
Hey, I didn't hear a
Doom as
sound
well,
effect.
Also coming in. Bam. The
23.
sound effect's just quiet.
Okay, hold on. I think
Near death.
I think that should be a little bit more.
Wait, hold
Black
on.
Mountain includes some extra damage.
Yeah,
It only
it's supposed to get an extra die weapon damage die.
Hold
And
on, yeah,
the
so
spirit-
it did not do the extra weapon, and it didn't do the extra spirit damage either, because it only did the +2 spirit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Let's break it down. It's only adding 2 spirit, correct, right now?
Yeah, so it needs to
And
add
because
another
you
4
have
plus the
Noble
extra damage
Branch, Noble Branch is supposed to add 4 to that, and
This is not Noble Branch. This is a
Oh.
different one.
Titans. Oh, okay. Wait, Titan's Breaker adds the same spirit damage as Noble Branch. Got it. I got it mixed up. And
Yeah, but I
instead of
think it's
pl-
already in there for Titan Breaker.
It's all in Fracture Mountain. 4 plus
No,
extra damage.
It gives you, it's giving you Spirit Striking, but it's not giving you your,
yeah, it's giving you the +2 from being level 5 or level
Your
7.
active eminence is set to body instead of weapon right now in Foundry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So-
I
on
did-
Foundry.
I did not know there was a toggle in Foundry. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you want me to handle this, Ron?
No, we're going to use these dice rolls, but actually I think the extra spirit damage is +10 because Titan's Breaker adds 2 per weapon die, and what you just did increased that to 4 per weapon damage die. So that's +8, and you roll an extra weapon damage die because it's like power attack. So,
So what?
roll a
total?
d8.
1d8 plus what?
1d8 plus 8.
Okay, thank you.
Hey,
So
pretty good.
you do 37 damage and add 27 health. Dead.
Splattered.
Kaboom!
Pure splat.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So now, last action. The shifting the transcendence, is that a manipulate
3
action
after you
or do it?
transcend. And you are
Sorry?
required to shift
Oh
it to
wait,
something
I
that's not
just
your
had
weapon.
I just had to yeah, I just did because I switched it over. I just hit him. So I'm going to use as my automatic switch. We will put it to the face again.
Make them get pretty.
Yes.
Can we just add 1 to your AC as a shortcut, maybe?
That would work. That would work. And then from there, last action, we'll go ahead and take a swing on the Hydra. And that's gonna be, hold on, I want to double check and make sure. 2 attacks for multiple attack penalty. So this is just, ooh, there's got to be something. No, there's got to be something better I can do. It's already frightened.
Maybe you could reposition Wukong be on the edge of the cliff so Homer can see him.
Ah, that works. Yes. So I love
And
that
on a
idea.
fail, Wukong can't act, so you're not going to get moved. You're doing good, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And
so
reposition is agile according to the remaster.
And I just go ahead
Though,
and roll.
What he
a
just did
-10
counted as
grapple
2
check.
strikes for the multiple attack penalty, I believe.
-8 because in the remaster, because you're using a open
Right.
hand, that's agile. So you get to have this be agile.
Okay, what were you asking,
Okay.
Jerome?
Yeah, let me ask a different question because I do need to know a different thing. Does reposition go? Is that a fort save or a reflex save?
I'm pretty sure it's fort, like shove.
Yeah,
What?
and
Okay.
you can a regular success is to only move him 5 feet.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the grapple button, and then from there we do need to adjudicate it at 2 higher because it's -10. Or I could put it in here. Okay.
All right. No, we did not. I could not transcend in that way.
Okay.
Unless I want to go, not to go for the pushing of water.
Oh yeah. All right.
And
Okay.
I think pushing of water was so.
I was dealing with
potentially super
volume for a
impactful, so I would still
second.
stand
What
by
did I
it.
miss? What's happening?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I haven't done anything. Just go ahead and yeah, that's right.
Chat is backseating me about my action economy usage, but what else is new?
Ha 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 ha. No. so
Did
I
you have
think that
Thorns
that
of
would be a
Mortality
failure.
active? Did Achilles have that?
Actually, that hits Wukong because of the remaster rule change with Agile, right? Because it only missed by 1,
Huh.
so therefore it's a success due to the remaster changes on how maneuvers work.
That's correct. So you move him 5 feet.
Okay, so you wanted him
I want
to
him
Thor's
here,
left.
so
Uh-huh.
that way his head is going off the mountain so Homer can see him.
Think so?
Reposition doesn't have the manipulate trait, does it? Even though it kind of is funny.
No, it's like shove.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
It's
His head's
weirder
over the
shove.
cliff now.
All right.
It's just weirder shove.
How long does this? How long is this Hydra crying about your ex-lover?
Oh, it's done.
Oh. Okay.
At the end of my next turn, it's done.
All right.
End of Thor's turn, by the way.
I mean, think about it. A Hydra probably has an awful sex life.
True. You know,
Yeah.
maybe we should be mourning that.
Oh, it's never alone.
Okay, here's. Yeah, but they don't seem to be very,
I mean, I do think that
I
be
think-
very experienced in wrestling the snake.
I think about it. You would really be resentful of everyone you were conjoined with.
Yeah.
I don't see much love going on. Okay, Valeros.
I do not want to be close to this Medusa.
Yeah, and he slowed
So I
one.
think my only option is to probably take a reactive strike from the Hydra, or 2, or 3.
One. Here
Just
we go.
one.
It's one per movement action. It can only respond to any given trigger once, and your entire
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
is one
Okay.
trigger.
That's a hit.
Yeah. It's a hit.
Yep. Ooh.
That's okay. I can live with that.
Okay.
Well, seeing as I only have one action remaining, I will attack
Okay.
its body.
Body. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Did you guys
shucks.
have torches? You guys didn't have a thing to do fire damage, did you?
Wukong has some,
Oh,
and
okay.
Achilles has some, but if
Okay.
Nicholas pulled them out, and Wukong is dead.
Okay. The Medusa walks inevitably forward and is going to wait, are you still slowed one? Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I don't know why it went off.
I took it off, but I forgot that it has
Okay.
Wait, hold on. The target. Oh. Okay. Oh god. If he fails this, he's going to be permanently petrified.
Yeah, Thorn's Mortality is a passive imminence. However, it still requires me to be hitting the Hydra, and I want to try and push things away to open up the map without attack of opportunity happening. And I took a
did.
gamble.
You did hit it
Because
once,
15
though.
HP versus us not getting attack opportunity is good, chat.
But you did
That's
hit it
something you
once.
want, but I stand by it.
Okay. All right, Valeros. Let's see if he survives this.
I'm sorry. Hey, chat. Would it have made that much of a difference? like, I'm like, really? Is that
Yeah,
would
no,
that
the
have been
15
the thing
HP
that
is
turned
not
the
the relevant part of
tide?
this fight. The Relentless side had a chance to actually swing the fight in a meaningful way. The Hydra having 15 less HP would be flavor text, to be honest.
Fortitude save from Valeros.
Although that is a thing for me to mention in future turns.
Yep.
However, not currently. We're not folks firing the Hydra, really.
Ooh, okay,
Hey.
good. Okay. She cannot repeat it against you. You're immune until the start of her next turn.
I like
And
that.
she is going to now fire a bow at you. Miss. Okay. Wukong is unconscious. We skip him. Hydra is going to... It's now surrounded. I think it's much more likely to... Let me do my blind intelligence check.
Oh, it's passive imminence.
Okay,
It's not passive transcend. Okay, so if I hit it with the weapon icon, it just can't heal. If I strike with my weapon, it does make a fort save. But now I see what chat's saying.
okay, it's gonna... Alright, it's gonna do a Storm of Jaws, including against the unconscious one. So,
Yikes.
yeah. Here we go. Against Valeros! Whoa, focus. Okay, they're all at full accuracy. Wow. Okay, Valeros.
Yes.
Oof. Yeah.
Ouchies.
Okay. 19.
Okay, I can survive that.
Okay, against Wukong.
I'll go dying to it.
Okay. Except he has the wounded condition, right?
No.
No,
Kirby
no.
doesn't give you
Oh,
wounded.
correct. Dying too. Thor. Ouch.
Bad noise.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
And Achilles. This is a legendary creature of myth, Homer says. Hit. You know, I think that was kind of average. What just happened.
Still pretty good.
And then...
Still very, very strong.
Yeah, and then it's gonna focus on... Well... It's gonna focus on one of these low folks. It's gonna focus on Thor, but minus 10. Miss. Okay. Homer.
Hmm. For 1 round. Yeah, okay, that seems... I will do a Sooth on Wukong, because they kind of need it. I know 4 needs it as well, but...
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Ooh,
this is
nice.
the healing that they receive. That's a lot of healing, Wukong. It's for you.
Yep.
I've always wondered, I'm surprised the rules say nothing about this, but I think you don't change,
Yes.
like, go ahead and apply the healing, but I think I allow the person just heal to act immediately after you, if they want to.
I can take that variant rule, and I would use it, but...
Yeah, because it makes sense to me. I mean, you just got healed, like, what are you waiting for? Like, it's not like you
Wukong,
act...
is it going to immediately
Like,
bounce
as long
up?
as the 1 round passes,
Well, I'm not
you were
done with my
knocked out.
turn.
Oh. Well, I'm removing the dying value. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
conscious. He's still
So-
prone on the ground.
We're ruling that they're gonna act right after my turn.
They can, or delay.
Okay. Well, I will, you know what? To help you get back on your feet, take a winning streak, buddy.
Ooh, boy.
So 1 action, you're hasted. Yeah, you're quickened.
I don't know if I raised chat's hopes about a second battle, but I think we have a lot to talk about already. So I think we're
Yes,
we're
I think
sticking
we have a
around.
lot to talk about. Yeah.
Winning streak.
Yep. Sons of Wukong
They're quickened
weapon
for
is on
1
the ground.
round.
Yeah, so, because we're all in a big bunch, people getting crits will result in them getting quickened as well.
Ooh, okay. Anyone who scores a crit makes someone else quickened. Cool. And that's only
Makes
1
themselves.
action?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
So 1 action, level 4 spell. But
Achilles.
it's okay because this is a heroic tale of Homer.
Oh,
so
wait.
at some point there's gotta be a comeback from the heroes, right?
I forgot that Hydra had regeneration, but but did you have your Achilles ability causing it to possibly not heal?
I would believe that I think that I did strike at it, so you need to make a fort save first.
I think it's a will save.
Will
to-
save.
It's will save? Okay.
And your class DC is 23.
Yes. Yeah, it's will save. My bad.
I think...
Success.
Yeah, that-
full hit points.
Okay, full hit
Go
points. So it got
No response.
25. Ouch.
Let
Then...
Homer's go. Homer spent 1 action, right? Oh,
I
Soothe
spent
and
2 to
Wukong.
heal you.
Okay, no.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sooth, winning strike, and then Dirge of Doom is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wukong could go?
Wukong could go. However... Huh. Okay, so Wukong, when he was knocked out, was in
Oh.
this tile.
Yeah.
Was
this is
moving
what-
from here to here.
I allow you
so-
to grab from an adjacent square,
Okay.
but, you know, it is going to provoke.
And that's going to provoke, and then if I want to do stand, then that's another provoke.
Yep.
You know what? I think it's time for the monkey to be annoying. The monkey has active imminence in the weapon. So I am going to change that from weapon as an action from weapon to body. I'm going to change that. I'm just not going to have a weapon. This is fine. I'll be fine. I crawl. Go ahead and hit me.
You're crawling off... Oh, away? Okay.
Yep. Crawling.
Okay, it's not a crit sound.
Yep. That's what I was hoping for.
Okay.
Well, so, yeah, hit by 9, so it was close.
I'm just wondering what the rules are when you let go of an object icon. I assume your spark's still in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to right myself. There we go. So now I'm
Okay.
going to stand,
Yay.
and I have a quickened action. Does quick
Yep.
action have restrictions?
Stride, step, strike.
Stride, step, strike.
Yeah, I think. I can check.
No longer prone.
Yeah, step, strike, step, stride.
It would not be Wukong if I didn't do immediately something incredibly stupid. Let's go!
Well,
Actually, it's going to be here.
okay. You have to make, there's 2 effects about to happen to you now. First, one of her snakes attacks you on her head as a reaction.
Oh no.
The action sending it to chat
Yeah.
created a bite sound.
Because it had the word bite in its name. Yep.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay, if it's a hit, make a fortitude
That was
save.
actually it biting.
A fort save. Ouchies. Well, it's a good thing I have it in my body because that gives me a +1 bonus to this fort save.
Oh.
Good thing that exemplars are very proficient at all.
Okay, so you become enfeebled 1, and you take a d6 of damage, this poison damage. And you also have to, you're ending your turn within her 30-foot gaze aura, so make a fortitude save.
Ooh,
It's still just slowed 1, but okay,
thank God.
she needs to die. I wonder if she's
Yeah.
I wonder if she's strong for her level. She seems strong for her level.
I mean, it's also that she's not really putting up offensive pressure in terms of damage. She's putting in terms of status, which is very.
That
very
is
strong.
true. She does do low damage.
I think that she's balanced around applying status, and the Hydra is the overtuned monster of the day.
Okay, Thor.
The cliff is.
The Cliff is extremely overtuned as well. I think the Cliff needs like several nerfs in order for it to be balanced in the next patch.
The Cliff of Legend. Thor's
And
next.
I should mention, Wukong is just standing there with reactive strike,
Yeah.
and he is known as the Stone Monkey. I consider this a flavor win. I think I deserve a hero point on flavor grounds.
I do owe a second. Yep, you got the first one.
Chat, should he get it for that? I don't know. What do you?
I don't know. I gave him a flavor one earlier. Okay. Talk among yourselves while I do my bathroom thingy.
Okay, yeah. I
I'm
already know what I'm
leaving.
gonna
I'm
do
leaving.
on my turn.
So are we going down the cliff or not?
We're going down the cliff. Do you mean whether we want to or not? What do you? How are you defining this?
Well, there's 3 of us that are extremely low health, and I still can't do shit at the bottom.
yeah. Yeah.
The Medusa would have to like walk up to the top to be useful because she's based on line of sight.
I'm
I'm down
basically
to start
gonna.
stepping and running away. However, Valor's is kind of there in the back, completely screwed by this.
No,
creature and
he's-
those footsteps.
Yeah.
Thor is about to step away, but I'm also gonna try to stay close to the cliff so that hopefully Homer can re-heal him.
Also, I don't think Achilles has moved yet, so I'm.
Achilles has not went yet.
Yeah.
Wukong should be moved just like below Homer, and Achilles
Yeah.
should have gone first.
I will say this: Thor's about to start throwing the hammer. I think.
Alright.
I think throwing it might be a little bit better.
I think that
idea.
Thor can
It
go
is a
first, then we
ranged
can have Thor
attack.
go after.
I'm gonna remind ya.
See, Ronald, you missed it. You missed it. Putting all your nose in the business, and you don't
What?
know what we talking about. Be quiet. We good. We good. We're good as players. We're good. So,
Oh.
Thor on his turn is going to heroically step once, and then valiantly step again.
Yeah, baby.
Then transfer that spark over to the back to the hammer again. End of his turn. Oh,
He does the save against the Medusa.
Sorry.
He's now
You
with
stepped into the Medusa's range with that, but you
Yeah.
didn't roll any dice, so. Because Medusa has a range of 30 feet for just like.
It's when you end your
aura
turn
of
within her aura.
Grr. So just staying there and maybe trying to beat it to death might be decent.
Her aura is 30 feet?
Yes.
Yeah, don't look at her.
Okay. Yeah, but I had to do my 3 things just in order to set things up. So no, I gotta do that. So end of his turn.
Okay.
I
Make
think
a fortitude save.
Achilles. Yeah.
I mean, you could try to step and then fascinate everybody, and
No.
then just try to like tank and as you
Oh,
can
it's-
soothe next round.
Oh no. Well, the difficulty
You could just be
here
like,
is I need to get
flip your
out
hair.
of the Hydra range while at the same time being where I could Homer could theoretically heal him. So yeah, I gotta roll. You gotta take the
Okay.
chance. There's nothing really to do. I don't see any other or better way to get around that. So let's see here. Where?
Did we skip
40
Achilles?
times.
There we go. Boom.
Well,
Yes,
think so.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Because we did the Wukong thing, but we didn't move him initiative after Homer.
Yes. So we need to move Wukong initiative after Homer, and then Achilles to where he is now.
well,
There we go.
Yeah, like
you
that.
guys can decide the order every turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna move on to Achilles.
Okay.
Okay, so with Achilles, what is his body thing? It is Embrace of Destiny. The Medusa is not in my range, so it does nothing. Pew, 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 pew. So, that's about weapons. I am going to shift Eminence to put it into my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The +1 armor that I was passively giving is now going away. Temporarily.
Yep.
Okay. This Hydra is staring in my face, and I do not like it. I'm going to strike.
Okay, I assume it's against his body unless you say otherwise.
Against body.
Okay,
Boop.
that's a hit.
Hit him. I'm good. Also, I'm pretty sure the Hydra has a weakness to slashing, but I don't know if that's come up.
The head does.
Maybe I think the heads.
Ooh, max damage.
Max damage. And I am then going to ask you to make me a will save, because this is passive.
I think when it regenerates.
When you
Yeah,
successfully
when the
damage an
target
enemy.
would.
Eminence, when I successfully damage an enemy with my weapon icon, which I just did.
Yeah, but when the
When
target...
the target would regain hit points.
Yes, that is when it would matter. However, you roll the save now, because this...
No.
No.
No. It says when the target
No, when
will
the
regain
target
hit
regain- okay,
points,
then.
it must attempt a
Okay,
will
sure.
save. Yeah.
Weird.
No, it makes sense.
Weird.
You don't have to worry about
Okay,
it.
so it applies the barbs,
Because
and then you
it
roll the
applies
will
to
save.
all healing things. There's more than
Yeah, so
one
it
Yeah,
applies
yeah.
the barbs,
possible
and then the
thing
healing
that can
thing
trigger.
happens. Then after it does its thing, it then goes away. That's weird. Okay.
Wow, it lasts for a minute. Oh, unless it has an
And,
effect.
but then if it heals once, then that's weird. Anyway, so I think that trying to rend you would probably be a bad idea. I'm going to raise shield as I have a feeling that something bad is coming my way.
Okay. Valoros.
Speaking of bad things coming our way, you know what? I think I will try to cut off one of its heads. I'm not sure what it does mechanically, but
If we do not put fire damage on it, it is explicitly bad.
Your characters
have
know
to fight
that
items
if
right
you
now,
don't cauterize
but-
it might pop back with an extra head.
okay.
Yeah.
If
And it's
two heads
going
would
pretty
come back.
soon after Valiros, so body it is, because it's really hard for me to get away from this thing with only 2 actions.
Double strike raise.
I only have 2 actions. I
Oh,
think
right.
single strike raise.
I agree.
You also kind of want to get away from the Medusa, or else you might turn to stone. Oh my god, I made this into an extreme fight, you guys, with the cliff.
I don't know that because I never got a recall knowledge on the Medusa.
You know that
And you
she's
can't step into
her eyes
water
are
'cause
bearing
that's
down on
difficult
you.
Terrain.
I can't step there.
Because difficult terrain, so no matter what.
My only option is jumping away and then getting hit by a reactive strike.
Yeah.
And I
So-
don't have enough HP to do that. That would just be suicide. And spending one action to avoid gaze feels bad, man. So I'll just raise shield and hope that I get hit by the Hydra.
You
Uh-oh.
couldn't step twice? Or could
I
he have
could.
stepped twice? I guess it's too late now because
Step
you're
Not
already
over the
So how do you-
river.
I'm still in range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dang it. Yeah.
Make a fortitude
So
save.
that's it. Oh, fort save. Okay, sure. It's not the worst thing in the world.
What? It is it's horrible.
Is Valor
I don't know that.
petrified?
Wait, hold on. You're temporarily immune until the start of the Medusa's next turn. It says in
Yeah, no,
focus
he's temporarily
gaze.
immune.
Is that only for her action or for her reaction as well, or for the passive?
I'm not sure. Looking at it. Focus gaze. The effect is that... Oh!
Does
Okay.
the passive aura just petrify, or only
Okay,
slow,
the
or is that
petrifying
the
gaze
focus?
simply says when a creature ends its turn in the aura, it must do a fortitude save. If the creature fails, they become slowed one for a minute. Then for focus
I'm
gaze,
already slowed one.
yeah, focus gaze is a single action. She fixes her glare at a creature within 30 feet. The target must immediately attempt a fortitude save against the Medusa's petrifying gaze, her aura. If the creature was already slowed by petrifying gaze before attempting its save, a failed save causes it to be petrified permanently. So the petrification is only when she focuses gaze.
Okay, so I'm just slowed one, which I already was.
Yeah, after attempting its save, focus gaze continues. After attempting its save, the creature is then temporarily immune until the start of the Medusa's next turn. I think immune to this ability, because otherwise it doesn't
focus.
make sense. It doesn't make sense that focusing on somebody makes them immune to the aura. That's weird.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So that's it.
Yeah, you're not turning to stone. She has to stare at you.
Not yet, but it's her turn, so I might
Oh,
very well
no!
be soon.
Let's see how smart she is. She needs 14 or lower says she's gonna be smart. She's gonna stare at Valoros. Make a fortitude
Very
save.
smart. Okay. Alright, big boy time. Nope. It is, in fact, not big boy time for
Oh
Valoros.
no! Oh my god, we turned this into an extreme fight. Is there hope, you guys? I don't know.
No.
Am I gonna get up the cliff?
In my
If the answer is no, then no.
Homer healing us keeps it at an extreme fight, but I think that is just start of Death Spiral. That's gonna take until Homer runs
Yeah.
out of slots to resolve.
We need to get down the cliff.
Okay. Her next action is to bite. Well. I'm also. She does want to threaten people with her aura. So she is going to. Wait. The Hydra's in her aura.
How many
that's a good
eyes
look
does
at
the
it.
Hordra have? Yeah.
Hold on. When a creature ends its turn in the aura. So the Hydra has had him how many turns in her aura?
A few.
Wait.
Like the-
Wait. She just moved here.
The whole time she's been there.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't been that long. Like 2 rounds.
Okay, Hydra
Two
makes
rounds.
one save. No, she moved here just recently, so the Hydra is going to get one save
Yeah.
and be forced to make one
Sure.
save. Okay.
That's yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Big monster
So-
fort save. Makes sense.
Does anyone know that? Does Medusa think of Hydra as a friend? Does anyone know the lore? No. She
Is that
passed her
different
intelligence check,
dungeons?
so she's gonna not threaten the Hydra. That's a little.
Would
She's
Homer
gonna-
the Bard tell it as they turn on each other?
She's gonna step back here and fire at Wukong.
I don't even know she's there.
Fire at Wukong. Who this concealment targeting check. I'm gonna make
I
it.
thought you said it was only from above.
Oh, you're right.
Not that it mattered.
Whoa, that was a
But
cool
that also means
animation.
She shouldn't have been able to hide, so I guess this one is a bush.
All right, she's gonna. Well, she wants to focus gaze. Wait, she's gonna strike at you.
Okay.
composite longbow, short bow against Wukong. Okay, that's a hit. And then make a fortitude save. And then focus gaze on Wukong.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. I just petrified Valeros, so I'm out of actions. Right?
Oh, yeah, step, strike, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hydra. Let's see. What is it thinking? Get in its mind. There's now a statue of a person. It is going to 50-50 either try to get wait. Is it going to be aware of the Medusa and her special ability? No. Okay. Is it going to go for more folks or focus? It's going to go for more folks. It's going to move here. Any response?
It stepped.
No, it's striding in this towards Thor.
I will reactive strike.
Yeah. I don't think it's been subjected to a reactive strike. Okay, and then it's going to do its Flurry of Jaws, Storm of Jaws. Whoa. I didn't mean to bite Wukong there. Okay, here comes Jaw against Thor. It's a hit.
Ugh.
That's a knockout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a knockout.
Okay, and then
Yep.
it gets Achilles.
Yep.
Another hit.
Wait. Oh, no, it's still gonna hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
23. Thor moves in the initiative. And it's going to save against the Medusa. Oh, okay.
It does not care.
No. Okay, Homer. Teller of Tales. Or whatever order you want to act in.
Yeah.
Oh, it has Hydra heads as a
I should
condition
mention that roaring
with a
applause
counter.
on a success roaring
Yeah, I
applause
know.
on a success. Yeah, that's because you do that, I can then start distributing healing potions.
You've had the ability to deny it reactions this whole time?
I just haven't been controlling the bard, so I didn't read the spell
I
list.
couldn't
was
see
casting
it.
2 exemplars.
I couldn't see it. It was so far away. It just got closer.
Okay.
No, I would have ruled that you could see it because it's 15 feet
Oh.
tall.
Yeah, it's tall.
Yeah, but honestly, all of my past turns have just been healing the person who's about to go down or has already been down.
Yeah.
Mm.
But if you do that, I can
And
then
I don't mean to be accusatory. It's just that, in retrospect, that would have been pretty strong.
I didn't think I could see it.
I think you could. But
Okay,
any
Well-
of these characters can act.
In that case, if I can see it, I would go for it.
Go for it. We kind of have to go for stuff. Will save on the Hydra.
I'm thinking right now.
Oh, can I retract that temporarily?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, it's kind of 5 feet away from the edge, so it does not have reach at Homer. What were you gonna do?
Dirge of Doom first. Alright.
Go
Go ahead.
Homer. Homer's the. Hey, you guys! In the end, the caster won the battle. We'll see.
Yeah, the caster is the only reason we're even still in the fight at all. Period.
And I have been very limited in options because I can't see shit. So, yeah. Go ahead, Hydra. Will. Oh! That's pretty good. It is fascinated, slowed 1, no reaction. It triggers manipulate traits at the start of its turn. Would have been better with more people standing there.
Oh my
So
god!
good.
It's gonna applaud.
Somehow,
at the start of its
yes.
turn, it's gonna like nod its head and like be
It's gonna
distracted.
cheer.
Heads. Hero points of Homer.
Thank you. That's Homer's turn.
Okay. Well, that's what we need to have a chance of swinging the fight. So Wukong, start turn. No scar but this. Leveled healing.
This is a transcendence.
Yep.
Okay.
Will
14.
self-heal. He will flicker it to his Warn, which gives him move speed. Woo!
Wait. You're jumping over the river?
Can't he just run through the river? He has 40-foot move speed.
I mean, he can leap 15 feet for sure.
I mean,
Are you requiring a swim check for the river?
Well, I would say it's like, oh, I see what you're saying. It's greater difficult terrain. You have 40-foot speed. Go ahead.
I just get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just fast.
Strong,
I'm a monkey.
strong sandals. You got great sandals.
Healing potion.
Oh, Oh my god, and everyone's gonna be able to stand up and stuff because this thing is applauding.
Wait, actually, no. I, the player, would grab the healing potion. Wukong, the character. My staff is there. I pick up my staff.
Oh,
And he
okay.
would have channel his spark back into the staff. No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, sure,
No,
sure.
He needs to
Yeah,
have,
no,
he needs to have sandals to get over to his staff.
well, so he just picks it up normally then.
1,
Yeah.
4, 5,
Alright.
6, 7. Yes. Okay.
Cool.
So no reaction from the Hydra picking up the staff.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
just staring at Homer, just like thinks Homer's really cool. Cool tail, bro. Okay.
There's a musical accompaniment still going probably, so there's a John Williams orchestral score in the background.
Oh yeah, and it's frightened by his music at the same time, so it's like
Run over.
a thrilling horror film.
Achilles will get here, throw the shield aside, it isn't needed anymore.
Yeah, at this point.
He is going to drop his most expensive
Oh my god,
item.
I wonder what chat's saying
His
about this
sturdy
roaring
shield
applause.
300 gold pieces.
Does
Who
the Hydra
cares?
have hands
Doesn't
to
matter
clap?
anymore.
No, it does not. However, we all have ways to express ourselves.
It's gonna have all the heads go around, be dancing, and then we... Then, I go down, I say, I'm not losing another brother, as I take the healing potion and tilt up Thor's mouth to
Oh my god.
deliver the potion.
Oh my god. Is this
Woohoo!
this looks like a slash fic? Okay, heal him. 2d8 plus 5. 19 healing.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. That was great.
You'll heal yourself for 19.
Oh wait, you know
Heal
what?
the
We
healing
forgot
for 19.
the Hydra's regeneration again. Hold on.
Make a
Oh, will
save.
save, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it
Oh
did
yeah,
heal.
that's full.
Go ahead and heal.
Yeah. Okay.
However, Thor's back up. I have my spear up for the reactive strike. Wukong has his thing up for the reactive strike. Valorous doesn't have a turn. This is where things lie.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take Valorous out of initiative.
What a silly, silly fight.
The Medusa. She's gonna step forward. Focus gaze on. Well, let me do my little blind things. Nah. She's gonna make one attack and one focus gaze, and it's gonna be on. She doesn't really have reason to go after any particular person. She's gonna gaze at Thor. Well, hold on. He's on the ground. He just got healed. Okay, yeah. Thor, make a fortitude save.
Okay, so if we hit the Hydra, the spell ends with Roaring Claws.
Yeah, but I can sustain it for a minute.
Okay. So ignore Hydra.
Okay.
Thor's okay.
All right. Then she's going to strike at Thor with her bow.
Ugh.
To hit
Womp womp.
for 12. Uh-oh. Okay.
You really should have finished him.
Wukong needed to make a save against poison.
You should have gone for the head.
Should have gone for
Wukong's
the
making a save
head.
against poison then.
Yeah. Thor and Wukong
Fortitude.
fortitude saves.
Yeah. He does not have Scar the Survivor anymore.
Okay, I think her poison...
You said Thor and Wukong?
Yeah. Oh god. Alright, oh no!
It's just a D6 poison, right?
No, except he goes straight to stage 2. Wait, plus total of 18. No. Okay, 2d6 against Wukong. Wukong progresses to stage 2. It becomes enfeebled.
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
And then 1d6. Yeah, I saw the nat 3 and I thought the worst.
Okay.
3 damage to Thor.
Okay.
Somehow we're still kicking.
Yeah.
And he's still up.
Yeah, the Hydra's
It's not
gonna go
exciting. It's not Pathfinder, but it isn't exciting, right? Here comes Thor.
there.
That is
Fulfill
one
your
way-
destiny, hero.
There's one
And
way
this
of
is what-
trying to
And this
clean
is
that
called
up.
a hero's end.
Yes. Well, no, it's not, because first off, he's going to go.
People should bet,
Away from
bet
us,
imaginary
reptilian
gold
wench.
pieces on whether the...
Now we're gonna throw the hammer.
Hey,
at
I'm going to do a poll to
'Cause
see
that's
if the party will survive.
him. Yeah. So we're gonna
If
go
we
ahead
were
and throw
on
the
Twitch,
hammer
we could
at
actually
her,
have people
'cause
bet channel
this
points
is
on it.
Not gonna be the move here. Okay. Boom.
So I think the game plan is to run the hell away.
No, come on.
Ah.
Can I give my hero point for that? Because I feel like throwing the hammer is pretty cool.
Huh? For throwing the hammer?
Nope.
No.
No? I wanted to give it to
We've been
Jerome so
playing-
he could reroll that.
And so, for his last action, and then from there, it's going to shift the transcendence to his face. However, his
80%
last
of
action-
the audience thinks you're not going to win.
However, for the last
I'm also
action,
voting. Win? No.
last action, I want.
Oh, no, more people are believing.
End of his turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. No, shifted to a body. End of his turn. Sorry, he shifts
Okay.
to his body. End of his turn.
All right. Okay, Hydra is applauding. It's nodding its head. Reactions?
We need this spell to keep on going. Everybody, hold! And you can see in Wukong's eyes. But he looks to Achilles and sees the stern look on his face and gives him a solemn nod.
Oh, wait, Thor needs to do fortitude save against the gaze aura.
I've been trying not to bring this up, but I do have to mention. I recall a conversation earlier today about what making the fight hard brings to the table, and here
Well,
we are.
I
Here
made
we
it
are.
severe, but then I added the cliff. That was me
Yeah,
being
and
cavalier.
About half the party was
And-
below when
and
the
river-
creatures came.
I thought it'd
And
be
the
interesting. I'm like, let's just test some skills. Hey, but you know what? One could look back on it and think, oh, we split the party. We gotta reunite. First thing we'll do is
Yeah,
retreat.
I've been yelling, go down the cliff.
Oh.
Yeah, and we've been
So-
yelling, there's attacks of opportunity several per creature at all times.
Yeah.
I know.
But I agree with Calvin. I mean, in retrospect, this is harder than severe. I agree with that. But I also think
I think
immediate
that
retreat
extreme
would have been the
plus
play.
with the party's positioning before.
So,
Okay.
being fascinated, is it really gonna stop the Hydra doing something to the party members up there?
Only things with the concentrate trait, right, have to be targeting Homer.
Yeah, so it could still just kind of go to town on everybody up there.
Hey,
right?
you guys make your free swings against the Hydra.
No.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah,
Never
we
to the
don't-
Spell.
Yeah, we don't.
refuse. You are not
Yeah, but-
baiting us, GM. We are not going to fall for your ploy.
Wait, what? Why? What's wrong with that?
They don't want the Hydra to have reactions.
it ends the effect if they get hit?
Yeah, if they get hit, it ends the effect.
3rd level.
It ends the fascination, but not the effect of the spell, right?
All right, time to read the spell.
Yep.
I don't see where it says that damage breaks it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just fascination.
You're extending fascination's
Okay.
end condition.
Okay, so it's just the fascination that would end. Oh yeah, go to town.
All right, so
Beat it up.
Achilles
Valeros.
now. Okay.
Valeros tries, but he's a statue. Hey, pretty good.
Oh, hit. Okay. 25 damage.
No, that's a 2 hit.
Oh, whoops, sorry. What am I doing? Ignore my damage
Does the
roll.
25 hit though? I didn't. Target fell off.
25 does not.
Okay.
Oh, 9 from the Wukong? Bleh.
No, Wukong didn't hit.
Wait, what am I doing?
Nope, that's on 4. That's on 4.
Ah!
Okay.
He's
so-
a-
I had Hydra selected, and I clicked
Hydra
Oh,
hits
because Thor was
18.
targeted. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
manually use my other module instead of having the other module automate it. Wait, Wukong did not damage it, correct?
Wukong didn't do any damage at all.
But
He
somebody
missed.
hit it. Was that Achilles?
Yes, that was Achilles who did 18 as it shows in chat.
Okay. Well, it then heals.
Make me will save.
Oh yeah! Come on, come on. Oh.
It's always gonna succeed that shit.
Yeah.
No, it's never worked, but I have it.
Yeah.
Well, I think... Yeah, I'm voting no on the poll also.
It's gonna use its 3 actions to just eat everybody. up.
2 actions.
It's gonna act
Two
randomly, and I
Oh yeah,
think
2 actions.
it is going to... Who hit it recently?
Achilles.
Achilles.
Okay, it's going
Just
to
now, trying
decide
to stop
to
his hand as well.
do a Storm of Jaws. So... Oh god. Against Wukong. Okay, 30.
Okay, Wukong's dead.
Yeah. Okay. And against Achilles. No, against Thor. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Thor's
Thor
down.
follows up.
And is Hydra considered overtuned? Because then...
I think when I've used it in my games, it's always been very, very potent. Unless you have exact preparations to beat it, which I didn't because I didn't want to metagame too hard.
Okay, well...
Otherwise, I would
I
have just.
think we need to GG, and Homer needs to, like, run off the stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have exactly the spells just for that.
Yeah, no, the entire party just gets knocked out.
And the Hydra was slowed, and it also is going to save against the Medusa. Oh.
Oh? Well, it's slowed. It's already slowed.
Yeah. But if she decides to focus on it, it might turn to stone.
Where's the attack against Thor? Just so that we can make sure everybody dies.
No, it was hit.
It was a
hit.
crit.
Okay.
No, the crit was Achilles.
Okay.
The crit was Achilles.
Okay, good.
But it's gonna do more than 4 damage though, so yeah.
Yeah,
don't-
Yeah.
no need to roll damage. Okay.
What does Homer do?
I will cast invisibility on self.
And continue to have it applaud, I suppose.
I was gonna get out of here, but sure. I mean, what is it applauding? You know what? Hydra, give yourself a hand. You did it. Good job. You were the true hero of my story. I was actually just bringing you food. Like Homer spins the story around.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just the narrator in the story. I
Wrap
was
up
never
this
there.
playtest. Again, this wasn't truly a severe fight because Ronald made it worser.
Yeah.
It was something else. It was something more extreme. And, one could point to a couple of errors, but, we're all brain overloaded by, playing brand new characters in a new class. So
Playing a brand new class 2 at the same time is a lot.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break, but let's think of we want to think of the power level of the class. What was the feel of the class? Your experience building the class. I mean, building the characters. How did it compare to the fighter? What else? Other questions, but yeah, and also I'd like to see, chat should give your thoughts, and we'll read out some thoughts about what you thought of the exemplar too. Okay.
Okay.
Bathroom break number 3.
Yep.
I'll be right back as well.
In that case, I'll start stating opinions, and you can argue with me on them.
Sure.
A lot of Exemplar's abilities feel very slow if you fail to predict the next turn.
Yeah, you have to set yourself up for success.
So
And then
they
if
have a
something
lot of
goes
points where it's
awry-
just very slow. If your plan gets disrupted, you feel that.
And it's not just like, yeah, your plan can get disrupted, but even if everything goes according to plan, you can still just fail your
Yeah.
abilities.
However,
Like
that being said, the Hammer Exemplar looked really, really strong. Like, all those abilities, like the 2-action slam down, like, giant power attack that actually, like, does more damage than you would expect from a single strike, that looks incredible. Especially when you consider hero points exist.
Yeah.
However, I think this fight did not benefit a bunch of immobile marshals that do not have support abilities. And that
Yeah.
brings me into my biggest issue with, like, Exemplar. Is with Exemplar, it doesn't have a lot of the things to disrupt enemy action economies, unless you are specifically transcending the couple things that do that repeatedly on loop. And we should have been doing that from like the beginning instead of trying to do damage. But then I don't know. A lot of things about Exemplar feel very strange to me currently. I think that I need to play it in easier fights in order to actually have its abilities work well. Like, I think that Exemplar would be the strongest class in the game in easy fights.
I can co-sign that. I really actually kind of liked the way that gameplay
Yeah.
played out. I was basically my real scale was, did I feel like I was playing Thor? I think that's ultimately it for me, and
Yeah.
I did. I did feel like I was playing Thor. I felt like the damage was really good, particularly standing next to the fighter. Now, admittedly, the one time he hit with the equivalent of a power attack, but still, the vibe was there. The vibe was
Yeah.
there. So, and I do think so. I tend to have 4 different categories of difficulty. I call them martial, advanced martial, spellcaster, advanced spellcaster, from easiest to hardest. I would call that one advanced martial.
Yeah.
You can find a good fun play pattern in that. With
Oh,
Thor,
yeah.
good fun play pattern is I'm going to go ahead and throw the hammer, shifting the eminence back to the body so that he has defense. And then once the turn comes back again, shift back to the hammer, throw it again. You could just sit back and repeat that. Like, there's really good interactions between the icons that will let you be able to have some of your fantasy, though admittedly, from the standpoint of, do you provide all the tools to be optimal? I kind of agree with your thought. There might be a couple things missing, at least for in terms of optimization.
I think that there's a couple things missing because we ran to a class with 4 damage marshals, where the encounter was checking, do you have a way to stop reactions? So I think that we kind of got matchup rock, paper, scissors because we went in with a jank comp and we said scissors, game said rock.
Yeah,
Because
Homer's was
rock, paper,
as a
scissors going on.
spellcaster, he was built around proactive stuff that he couldn't do. He was stuck just like, oh well, I need to heal someone now.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even do like his best heals. I had battle medicine, I had the healing him, and I couldn't set them up unless somebody literally dragged an unconscious person next to the cliff so I could see them.
Yeah, so I think that the cliff made it so that we couldn't get the foothold because the one caster could have done enough support to sustain that throughout the fight.
Honestly, if I didn't roll a 1 and fell down the cliff, like
The
I
fight
rolled
would
2
probably be very
1s,
different.
would have been very different.
Well, let me ask this. Let's say we would have decided to focus fire on Medusa.
And we would have eaten
how
5
would that
attacks
have played
opportunities
out?
on our way over there.
just for the purposes of this
Okay.
discussion, would we have been able to have done so based on where we were at? Like, would we all have easily been able to just switch to ranged mode if we needed to?
Well,
I'm saying no because tax opportunity from both Chimera and Hydra at that point for every single range attack we make.
Let's pretend for a moment we're not worried about the Hydra. I'm analyzing what the class was bringing to the table.
Okay, sure.
well, Achilles and Thor were able to do like some good ranged, and Wukong
think that-
could have zipped over
Oh,
there.
people couldn't hear me. Sorry, thrown weapons do as much damage as if you were hitting with them
Yes.
in melee.
That is correct. And I think that they would have outputted decent range damage, and Wukong's mobility would have been really strong. Again, in these weaker skirmishy style fights. However, in large set piece encounter where monsters are throwing rock to your scissors and the party gets split by a cliff, I think that is a lot of difficulty that any class would struggle. And I think marshals especially would not win there, period. Like, pick any four marshals, put them on that cliff, and I do not think they win.
Valoros tells the tale of what the other classes would have been like.
Valorous tells the tale, and Valorous also didn't have a whole lot of tricks where the Exemplars could try things. The Exemplars had buttons they could attempt to push.
Yes. For example, Thor trying to get up there and use only the worthy on the Chimera early in the fight.
Yeah.
That does what? Oh,
it
pin
would've-
them down.
It's a movable rod. Yeah.
Yes, it would have pinned the Chimera down, and then we could have kited it.
Yeah, there were potentially ways we could do it, but not with that many encounters where we're separated by wall. We need to spend turns setting up. We basically gave the enemy an extra turn via the cliff.
Well,
And if you give
I
an
guess-
enemy an extra turn in the sphere encounter, you just lose.
I guess for the purposes of this discussion, I'm asking or want to ponder, did we just show Exemplar suck, or did we just show cliffs and rivers can be really difficult? And
I think we showed
Exemplars are
Cliffs and
kind of
Rivers
cool.
more than Exemplar. And
So
I
what
think
do we-
Exemplar still rules. I just think that, like, a certain type of Exemplar wants a certain type of fight. Like, what Wukong wants is a very split-up, chaotic fight where he can then abuse his regeneration. It's just that he couldn't get away from the group because there were two things with reach attack of opportunity and he was stuck in a tree.
As a superhero GM, I would have been really tempted to have sent this crew up against one big bad and then a bunch of things which were level -2 or level -3.
Yeah.
Are you saying in that situation suddenly we would have become the Avengers?
Yes, I am. I think that Wukong could have really started picking off these minions and been a completely viable sustained tank on his own, wiping out the horde gradually. And I think that then Achilles would be in the front, able to actually soak the damage and do what he was meant to do, while doing enough on his own and preventing some regeneration, still being a threat from range so they can't run away, reactive strike so they can't run away. I think that in a normal scenario, our class would have done exactly what they were built to do and done it really well. Do I think they'd be better than Fighter? Numerically, in terms of damage output, no, and that's good.
Yeah.
Fighter's also more consistent at doing what Fighter wants to do. But I
Can
think that's also
Exemplars
good.
Exemplars
I
could just heal themselves. You know, fighters
Exemplars
can't.
could just kind of like.
I find it-
Exemplars feel like they have a bag of tricks that they just shake up, and then you just like have to deal with whatever you draw out. But you have a say in what you're going to draw next turn. It feels like a bag of tricks. What magical power blasting through, cycling, it all felt incredibly good. And I think that the numbers and the power are there, but this encounter itself was evil.
Me being evil. Okay. But we could separate, like, I mean, let's not be focused on who won. Just set that aside. Just look at what your abilities were. How did they work against a level 9 creature, 2 levels above the party? You know, a at level creature. Can we focus on one exemplar at a time, actually? Because otherwise I find it hard to follow. And I have on my screen right now Sun Wukong, who was the monkey who stood up on the tree.
Tripped some guys and then died.
Let's just go over his abilities again, and we can talk about what we thought about them.
Okay. So, with his abilities and what we kind of saw is they have a lot of stuff that kind of gets turned off by reactive strike. So spamming them is kind of a bad idea in the same way spamming Magus is a bad idea. Because you look at Scar the Survivor, no Scar but this would have been very strong if we got into an endgame scenario, because then Wukong can carry a
Every
fight
time you
if
say
he's not
something, you
damaged
gotta remind us what it does. So, Scar of the Survivor, that's the one that lets you heal when you get out of
That's
it,
the one
right?
that lets me heal when I go out
Okay,
of it.
and what were you saying about it?
So if it went into an endgame scenario where they do not have that much damage on the board, Wukong single-handedly runs away with the fight. Because he just self-heals and sustains out all the enemy damage.
How would that look in terms of a turn rotation? Because I hear you saying that, but it's kind of hard to pull out the Transcendence ability every round and be effective doing something else, isn't it?
Noble Branch.
Okay.
Okay, start with Noble Branch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hit twice, or hit, then flip into Scarlet Survivor after you hit. Because you can do that with Noble Branch and do some extra damage.
So, you can use it every other turn. Scar of the Survivor's
Yes, you can
healing.
use it every other turn.
Okay.
I think it was like fast healing 2d8s.
Okay. Alright.
I think it was fast healing 2d8, that's still very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
If he's in a scenario where he does not need to move that much, he just has fast healing 2d8 and can be using parry on this bow staff and reach reactor strike and be very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of what he was built to do, but he couldn't do that because he basically got one tapped as soon as the fight started.
Yeah.
Which is the counter to this build.
And
Being one tapped as soon as the fight starts counters many builds.
yeah.
I don't think that's a
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
build.
and then
I
if-
think that's a
and then if
strikes when you're on
And because of the cliff, he normally, okay, one brute creature, higher level creature would, it's not out of the question to be for them to really to crit you and do something like that. But normally you'd have a healer who's not at the bottom of a cliff who is within range to bring them up.
So, I
Still,
posted in
though,
chat
the
that healing
Hydra's-
him I was trying to do, but it was too far away.
Still, the reactive
With
strikes
Wukong-
of that Hydra were vicious, and if Calvin had been aware that, actually in the first part of the fight, I think the cliff, I would not have ruled that the Hydra was within sight of the Homer, because he was at the bottom of the cliff, and the Hydra was far from the edge of the cliff. So, anyway,
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Swing.
The cliff
what
was the bottom.
What was Wukong's Dominion epithet?
The one
The
that
weapon
he could not
one?
use because he was dead the entire time, born of the bones of the earth. The one that
Okay.
let him make the gash, but he was dead.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you, but like when you're knocked out, you can't act. So, I kind of got countered by the hardest CC in the game.
Clark Connor says the
Terrain.
cliff making you prone fucked up everything. That affected one creature's one action. I'm not sure
In
if
fact,
that had.
that wasn't the big deal. The big deal was the cliff existing at all and forcing two creatures to lose a turn by existing.
Yeah, and splitting the party, keeping the healer.
Yeah, no.
Blocking the
cliff
healer's
time walk
reach.
Plus us. It was gross.
The healer couldn't heal people and couldn't, debuff the Hydra. It was like a wall of stone in the middle of the party.
Even still, I was able to soothe a couple of times and Dirge of Doom, but apart from that, I could use none of my other options.
Yeah.
It was not as bad as what happened with Homer, but let's also not forget Thor also pretty much lost an entire turn just getting
Climbing.
up
Plus
climbing
a
up there.
reactive strike, pulling out a hammer.
Yes. Yes. Plus, yeah.
Ow.
So like it really did kind of slow us down dramatically.
It slowed us down by a round, which is in a severe fight
A lot.
enough to have it swing to be extreme because a character gets knocked out, a character gets separated. The enemies are now favored in terms of offensive threat.
I think the cliff was one factor. The other big factor was the lots of reactions from
Reactive.
these enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and reactions that we can't bait out or strategize around because there are just so goddamn many.
Yeah.
There was no counterplay to them as they were just looming, so we need to have an ability to turn them off or we lose, and none of the marshals at the top of the cliff had those. We had some on the bard, but we didn't have the bard in the position that they need to be, so that was it. GG.
It was really like failing the climb Not just failing the climb, not critically failing the climb, spending your hero points to critically fail it again.
Yeah.
Focusing on like the character a little bit more, did you find other like combos of stuff that worked out in terms of the icon interaction? Because I think that's usually what the Exemplar class is about, is that interaction between the various things and going back and forth between, body and weapon and whatever the third thing is.
Yeah. And so what I noticed with Achilles particularly is I really just want to be able to spam the body icon so that way I could get the dazzle on the boss every round. But I just couldn't do that because I need to have it on the spear for damage and potentially deny that healing and also do other stuff. And I couldn't constantly be making it cry.
Okay, I'm gonna put Achilles up. So Achilles had this awesome ability that prevented a critical hit at one point.
A crit knockdown.
Yeah. It's the
I think
make them cry ability.
I think Mournful plus no scar but this from Wukong. And there's also an icon ability that we didn't even see for weapon icon for specifically slashing weapons as you heal. You can make a really nasty tank with all of the features here. There's a really, really nasty drain tank healing build here.
I feel like
did that because none of these gods were associated with that, but there is a nasty drain tank build here, which would just solo win modern encounters, basically.
Just on the question of does it serve the fantasy, I think it does, and we're just kind of at the question, looking at what is tuned right and seeing through the white noise of our strange, unusual fight.
Yeah.
That Ronald ran too hard. I still think yeah. Okay, I thought the Chimera flying down while the party was split was a thing it would have done. It sees one person. You had an intelligent Medusa. I probably shouldn't have had the Hydra come out right away, though. Yeah. It's a brute. It's stupid. It's gonna wait for someone to get to the shore, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, because when I built this, I didn't think of the fact that this has 5 reactions and that has 3.
Yeah.
There was no baiting that you could do when there's so many.
No. And baiting is normally how you deal with this type of thing. So.
Yeah. So we're on Achilles right now. Any other thoughts on Achilles?
So chat is mentioning how it kind of felt bad to use Restless as the Tide, and it should push back 5 feet even on a normal success. And
a lot of pushing abilities do have a partial effect in the game.
But it also lets him get an extra weapon strike, so it's like a 1-action push ability, which I would then compare it to Forceful Ram, the spell. Or what was the name of that spell? Ram. Blessing Ram, Turbo Ram. I know this is the first level. Kinetic Ram. There it is. And it is a single target spell that has fort save or be pushed 10 feet away from you. And that's it. It has no success effect because it's effectively one round of thing, but it being an M spell, it's a range. I think it's balanced. It's just kind of you also have that strike as then a thing that happens. So
I think is part of why I felt bad too is it was a fort save and we had 2 high fortitude enemies. Yeah, because it seems it's one of those. It's like other AOE's. You want to do it against a number of smaller, weaker creatures. And when you really want it to count against a big brute Hydra,
it's not going to work.
You can't really rely on it. It's more of a,
with a
AoE thing.
I am also going to... Actually, there's a note on Exemplars as a whole. If you want to do damage, even equivalent to a rogue, you do not ever get up to barbarian damage. You do not ever get up to the high damage classes. But you can do rogue minus a few points of damage if you have your weapon icon. And if you don't have that weapon icon, you're doing ranger with no hunter's mark damage, basically.
I'm just reading chat.
So I think that it's a little rough to have that minigame in that kind of way. Like, I get why they do that for balance reasons, because they have so much utility. But if you do not have the icon in your weapon, you're having a rough go of it in terms of your damage output.
Let me get to some basic questions, actually. What do you think of the mechanic of 3 icons, and you use they have passive abilities that you can have multiple ones of via feats, and then use Transcendence to use a bigger ability and then move on to another one? What do people think of that?
I think the base mechanic's sweet. Like, I'm getting, like, big Magus vibes is what I'm going to keep on comparing it to, because Magus is also kind of a utility brawler that kind of gets shut down by the attack of opportunity things, but in the case of spellcasting versus striding all the time. Because, like, nobody was able to use their Brave ability, because that requires a stride. It's like a bunch of things would require stride-type abilities. Thank you.
Someone points out, I think that Medusa also was subject to that movement ability.
Yeah.
60 feet, right?
Yeah, I go ahead. Continue. Finish your thought. Sorry.
My final thought is that it's very rough if at any point you even slightly mess up the imminence game, because you're like taxed an action to even get back into the swing of things at all. And that's especially rough for a character like Thor, who has all the transcend abilities be like 2 actions.
I'll point out one thing I noticed while I was prepping for this. At level 3, you get an epithet, a body epithet. I forget what the actual name of it is. But they are additional effects when you use your Transcendence body ability. In the case of the Achilles, in addition to getting like a super resistance, super hard, he made someone cry. It was like an additional thing. Yeah. With the level 7 one...
A nice little brighter effect.
Yeah, with the level 7 ones, however, it was... I just want to point out that what it did was it gave you an alternative Transcendence ability. And because you can only use 1 Transcendence per round, it competed with your base Transcendence ability. Am I reading that right?
Yes, and the base Transcendence ability for most of the classes and the weapon form, because that's for weapon form, are single target, where the Transcendence for those tend to be area of effects. So they do 2 different things for 2 different types of encounters.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which were single and which were area?
The single one is the normal weapon Transcendence.
Oh, the base one.
Because it competes with weapon as your Transcendence, where the title one is based around area effects.
The level 7
ability. I actually really like that design. I think that's clever. Because it's pretty clear which one you want to use in a given encounter. We just didn't have the space to be able to play around with them.
And the bigger area of effect one is accessed at higher level.
Yes.
Okay. And then the worn ones, we see a theme of them being...
crowd buffers.
Yeah. A 15-foot aura to give an AC bonus to allies. Giving them plus 10 status bonus to speed. Letting them carry more bulk. They're all like, you know... You can say the mythical heroes who are like commanders. You know, the idea of being a leader in the battlefield.
A leader.
Yeah, that's one interesting thought. If we would have had Hector, we were considering Hector at one point, and taken that Radiant body epithet, battle could have gone differently. Because Radiant is the one that lets you heal your allies every time you spark Transcendence in it.
Ooh.
So, yeah, like, things could have gone a lot differently. I think we have to really give this class a lot of credit for the various ways it would work. We really had a fight which did not show what this thing could do.
Yeah, we had one mournful and 2
that's how
brave.
We discovered it.
But like it still put up a fight. Like in a lot of fights like that, when I'm playing a normal class, I kind of see the way it's going. I'm like, okay, I know it is hopeless. I think we forfeit. What do we do in a TPK? However, in that one, I still felt like there was like a slim chance. I think that is something.
I want to compare this to the Magus and note one thought. With this class, that third action is really easy to pull. Like a lot of your abilities were one action, and always there's the worst case scenario, spark transcendence. When I think about that advanced martial idea, I still consider Magus a spellcaster. It's about as complicated as any other base spellcaster, though.
Sure.
The Exemplar actually would be much easier to play than that Magus, because a Magus gives you a lot more options in terms of spells and the like, and the action economy difficulties. Whereas Exemplar has action economy difficulties, but there's ways around it that fit within the theme and the play style of the character, and you have less options, and more of those options are just straight out good. With a Magus, there's a good chance you might actually pick a spell that doesn't work out well. There's going to be situations pretty much every session, every other session, that are going to use those base abilities of the Exemplars that we've seen.
Yes. And I would also argue that Exemplar is the easiest of the advanced classes, and so much so that because it invents its own mechanics, it might be easier for a player to learn than like a normal grappler has to worry about what save my targeting for a bunch of equivalent resources.
It reminds me of you bring up the Magus in this conversation. I think of the Kineticist also, in which you have these bigger, stronger, dramatic abilities, but you can't do them every turn. And there seems to be
like impulses, yeah.
An ebb and flow, yeah.
Yeah. So it gives you more variety between turns, this design does, and the opportunity to have bigger, showy things, almost like spells, but you can do them at will. You just can't do it every turn. You have to do a little planning for it, or spend a resource, which is actions, to do it.
And I agree with Sam in chat. I feel like their baseline damage needs to be just a touch higher, and then they're great.
Let me dang it, I lost my train of thought. Bounce this thought. Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
I think damage could stay where it's at right now. It feels like, or it seems to me from like an outsider perspective, as I didn't play the Exemplar, that they don't have the best defenses. They don't have great perception. They don't have good armor capabilities. They don't have the best saves.
If you're playing free archetype, free archetype, Sentinel becomes a best in slot archetype to take.
Right,
Or champion. Yeah.
Like if you're playing a strength Exemplar, they become very best in slot immediately.
I have to make this point. The fact that the party lost shows the importance of casters.
Yes.
It's like you always said. In the Marshall versus Casters fight, the dragon wins. Or in this case, the pseudo-dragon Hydra.
Because, I mean, again, my fault for building the encounter and splitting the party, but I kind of proved my point again.
And in the dragon fight, there was also an environmental effect that was screwing us over. The icy terrain.
Oh, yeah.
You could have fights.
Ronald makes his fights too interesting and difficult. Yeah.
So actually, Ronald, I remember I wanted to bounce off the point that you were making earlier and ask this just as clarifying. The pattern of the last few classes we're getting, the Kineticist, the Animist, the Exemplar, seems to be that we're upping the power level, but we're playing with the limitations of the action economy much more. We're using that as our way of holding the players back versus other things.
I think they're doing that.
Do you all think this is indicative of what we can expect in about 8 weeks for the remaster and how they're looking at, the other new classes? Do you think this is kind of the new design philosophy?
I would say no, because I think this, by nature, this is more of an advanced, it's a little more demanding complexity-wise. I think what we might find, though, is that I'm guessing again, the PDFs for the remaster came out before the big caster controversy, but and so I'm a little not as sure they're going to do as much boosting, but I think the focus spells might be tuned up, maybe, because the idea of having more Because we're seeing that with the Animist, that they're thinking that focus spells are kind of more of a workhorse for casters.
Yeah, and
They are.
I can totally see that, and I'm also going to say that one of their goals with Remaster was not to break backwards compatibility. And if they were to make every class exemplar like, or a lot of class exemplar like, that would break that backwards compatibility in a big way. So I highly doubt they're going to do that in the Remaster. But could they make more classes like Exemplar that play a 3-action economy in different ways? Certainly.
It's like their new design philosophy going forward for new classes,
Yeah.
sort of, possibly.
And if more classes play like this, I'd be very happy with the game in 10 years.
How many more classes are we gonna have?
We don't even have all of the
Here-
PS1.
I think
Like
they
8
plan
more.
Pathfinder 2e to go longer than 10 years, is my personal theory.
Like, not by the end of this year, by the end of 2024, we're going to have, like, the Starfinder classes, the 2 new classes.
Oh, yeah, yeah!
We're
You can
gonna
add
have another thing.
Starfinder to the count.
Because Starfinder is going to be cross-compatible, so Starfinder classes count. Like, we're going to have so many classes by the end of 2024, it's going to be crazy.
Theo ZZ thinks the weapon damage should be increased for the weapon icon. I'm not sure, because I know that versus the Barbarian, well, the Barbarian's peak damage, and so is the Fighter. There's some other areas where the Exemplar excels, so...
Yeah. I understand why their damage is much lower, but their damage is also limited behind a pretty difficult conditional. If you want to use any of the tanking abilities. So it's like they need to choose between worst champion and worst barbarian every turn, but they don't really have as much choice in that as would make that, like, good.
Is there a reason to stick to one icon and not use Transcendence? Are you incentivized to, like, change it every turn?
Transcendence abilities
Kind of
are
asking
much, much
two
stronger than
questions
normal
at once here. Like,
items.
is it situational where sometimes you want to use the Transcendence? Is it an interesting choice?
No. Do you play a wizard to not cast spells?
As well as we're looking at
No,
the
that's not what I'm
damage
asking.
output-
I'm asking, you're saying you want to use your Transcendence as much as possible. I'm asking, is that actually always true?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think the base abilities. I think when people are complaining about the damage, it's because they're looking at the base abilities. I
Yeah.
don't know about you, but I felt comfortable with the damage of the Transcendence abilities for Thor. That
yeah.
like that was not power attack. That was power attack plus.
And
No.
for my staff ability, I'm like, it was just power attack. But it was an
Trying to remember what it
attack, which is
does.
Okay, so
Oh, that's adding damage, automatic damage with another action if you successfully strike.
Yeah, and at low levels, that's an extra D8
Noble
as
Branch.
a post action, which is basically a power attack. But it's post me seeing the damage
Sure.
and post everything else. So it's better than power attack in that regard.
And it's 2
But-
dice of damage at this point instead of 1, right?
Yeah. Yes, which makes it scale faster than power attack. But I still feel like if you compare it to a class like the Rogue Barbarian, they fall behind, but they have more utility. Like, their power budget is fine the way it is, but I don't know. I think that I just need to see them actually be able to use their utility abilities in a way that they aren't constantly staring down the barrel of 17 attacks of opportunity.
can we, as I'm going down this, we're talking about the damage. Also, take a
Someone-
look at that judgment from Clear Skies. Like Thor missed, but if he would have hit on that hit, he's suddenly doing 2d6 area effect electricity, and he could pretty much do that at least every other round.
This is the
Like, I
7th
do
level
think-
weapon ability. Okay, Transcendence.
Yes, I do think that there's a bunch of other little pluses that you're getting for damage for the Exemplar that are not as just easy to immediately like fit into our mental math. I am not saying it's that much better, but I am saying that if you play a good play style, you can actually max this out and do pretty well.
Yeah, it's almost like some of the caster suck debate.
Yeah.
Like you're not just DPR. You have some AoE, you have some healing, you have some control, you have some moving the enemies around.
You have some moving allies around, which is very
You have
rare
some
in
defend your
Pathfinder.
allies. You have, you're like a spellcasting marshal, almost.
Yeah.
A kineticist marshal.
Magus.
It's kind of like the martial caster divide has been very blurred with all of the original classes we've seen in Pathfinder 2e, with the exception of maybe the psychic, which was clearly a caster. You've had the magus, which is a hybrid, summoner hybrid, inventor, which they're kind of a martial but kind of not. They do a lot of other things.
I think Gishiness
they have a lot of utility.
Very deep spectrum.
There's a third category, and it is Gish. Monk is in that. Magus is in that. Exemplar is in that. Kineticist is in that. Like, there are the classes that we have enough magic to where I can have a good argument about spellcasting playing my monk, admittedly 15th level, but playing my monk in Fist of the Ruby Phoenix. Like, we do have this middle ground now that should get its own section. I claim Team Gishes next time we do the Martial versus Casters. When it's time for MDC 2024, I'm on Team Gish. Yeah.
We have a party full of Gishes.
Gish wins. Because you have access to War Priest and Magus. And Kineticist. And Exemplar. Like... And that covers every single role in a way that an all-martial party and all-caster party can't.
It would be really interesting to play a party with, like, those 5 classes. I am including Monk in there as well. Y'all aren't going to get rid of my Monk. Y'all aren't going to get rid of that at all. By the way, somebody, Raven something in there, shouted out the Monk in that a Monk would have worked out well in this situation.
Yes.
Like, we so very seldomly see how important movement is. Aelin saves the party. If I had my character from Fist of the Ruby Phoenix, we'd still be having that fight. Yeah. She would be just running around the battlefield healing everybody.
Yes.
I was a healer, but a very immobile one, which is not great.
So you were staying
at
in
the
one
bottom
place
of the
healing
class.
someone.
So,
the only downside to this class, Sean, it doesn't wrestle.
Yes, and this is the big downside of building these classes. With the weapon icon, I was talking about this before the stream started. People can test this. Is it has an issue where there is no weapon icon for unarmed striking.
Yeah.
And there is no like things that would really give you a reason to be in athletics other than at level 2, later than champion, later than cleric can. You can then take athletic rush, and that is its only ability to really get any bonus to grappling when characters like Gilgamesh and Hercules are these brawlers, these grapplers using claws, using fists, using strangling out tigers, and all this stuff. So I think that the lack of an unarmed strike, and now I get it, they want Exemplar weapon to be a weapon that is iconic to them, but I would also argue that picking an Ancestry unarmed strike as your choice for Exemplar should also be a thing.
I think
they should get a D6 fist attack because
I think they need to make just one exception. Just like they have this divide. You have one body one weapon one, and one worn one. Let's just say you can have.
I understand
if it's unarmed strike, let
but
that be your weapon.
I think I wonder, Swing, whether or not we will get an unarmed icon. The only thing is, if we would have had an unarmed icon in this playtest, honestly, I think half of the people that would have tested this would have gone unarmed. Like, I do think you get it. You would have got a better variety of weapons if you take that away. Because my first thought was indeed, well, no, my first thought was Thor. I ain't gonna lie. After Thor was Hercules. Was Gilgamesh. They just pulled out Gilgamesh in the Eternals. Like, there is this idea of, I would have initially, I'd forgotten about the Pelian spear, or I forget how they pronounce it, but I'd forgotten about Achilles' spear. I would have thought of Achilles.
Confirmed that you are exactly correct in chat. So if chat is to be believed, you are exactly correct. Your conspiracy is correct.
Yeah, would have done that. So I think that I am hoping there will still be an unarmed icon. But if we're gonna really try, you know why I looked up Rama? Because I wanted somebody who used a bow. And
that would
be
nice.
Have had unarmed. Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, Rama would have been great. No, never mind. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Yeah, no, I think that there's so many things we could have done, but
I've seen this mentioned at least twice. The shift imminence, they want a little free movement, like a step or a dance or something with shift imminence. It was used in this combat, and was that because I saw it used once at least. Was it because the Transcendence cost 2 actions? Is that the only
No,
reason
it was
to
because
use?
I had the wrong
Yep.
thing up. I needed different Transcendence on that turn, so therefore I get action to action for not planning.
Wait, hold on. You needed, and the
I needed a
Transcendence that
different
you did have
Transcendence than what I
access
had available.
to would have cost
I
how
had
many
to-
actions?
It would have cost 1. However, I can't transcend twice in a turn. It's like
Oh,
flash.
that's right. That's right. Got it. So
I
that's
had
why
to
you
do
would
that and
shift
swap it
in
over.
order to set that up. Interesting.
Andrew Jenkins in the chat is saying that it actually has been confirmed that there'll be an unarmed strike option
Oh,
in the full release. So I mean, we'd have to.
there
I
would be
wanna look that
riots.
up later,
It would
but-
be another
yeah.
riot in, on the
I
Reddit
think the most common
forums.
piece of feedback they've gotten is, where's the unarmed version of this?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be without a history. Like, can you make it a good unarmed ranger?
Yes,
How?
easily. Wrestler.
How? I'm sorry. Never mind. I forgot.
Because you can get
Why
reduced
has
multi-attack penalty on all your maneuvers. And now all the maneuvers are agile in the remaster.
Just
so you
refer to his
change
videos, you
level on the
guys, if you want to know
trip.
more.
I think Wrestler Ranger is like top 5 wrestlers in the game. As number 5.
Yeah. Don't you have a tier list video? And
I
do they wrestle?
literally do.
Yeah.
That is correct.
You just have to
This
expand
by
it.
the way, Exemplar in its current state cracks C tier just behind Investigator as second worst. And I
Okay,
stand by it.
I'm thinking we're kind of wrapping up. Trying to think of other things we've covered. I did want to hone in on, are there other kind of questions like that? Like I was asking, did Imminence and Transcend feel good? Did the icons feel good? Did you feel constrained for action economy? Someone said it felt a little action starved.
I mean, I think it's supposed to feel action starved. If you're not getting your guesses correct, I think that's kind of the point of having such high utility, but you need to plan. Seems fine.
I wonder whether or not.
I like that it's only 3
icons.
icons. I'm sorry. It's like only 3
wonder-
icons instead of like 50 spells
Yeah.
or other things. It's nice.
I wonder whether or not there might be a feat that lets you do something like a step when you shift your eminence. You know,
That'd be nice.
or a. I'm sorry.
That would be nice.
That'd be
Yeah.
No.
super nice.
Or a
And
strike or something.
Or a
Like, there's a
strike.
lot of design space for
Yeah.
the feats there. They didn't give
And-
us very many feats, you know, so there's a
Yes,
lot that they can work with.
that is the thing I noticed, and a lot of the feats were tied to a weapon group.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
they were also either very specific for the character's story. Like, look at the 3 level 1 feats you had available. All of them involved your relationship to gods, sanctifying yourself, or using a dual weapon. There was no generic level 1 feat for just like a character that wants to be existing.
You don't get a level 1 feat with this class.
But you could take human and get one.
Yeah.
They need to have good level 1 feats in case you take human and
I think that
natural
they should
ambition.
have a generic level 1 feat, but I kind of get why they wouldn't. If they... Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird to me.
It would be the first martial without, well, are they martial? I guess, yeah. They're martial.
They're martial.
Without
They
a
have
first
martial
level
weapon
class
accuracy
feat.
proficiency. Yeah. If you get master at 13, you're a martial.
Yeah. And they don't have a first level class feat. I think that's a first. I need to ask also, I think there's been some rumblings, unhappiness about light armor proficiency only. What do people think? Oh, I'm sorry. Before I get to that, yeah, the shift imminence, having a free thing go along with it, I think would be helpful because otherwise it feels bad because you're like, oh
It's a
shit.
super feels bad.
Yeah, because, I should have thought of X. Or
Yeah.
my friend got knocked out, so I have to now pivot and change my icon because of a bad thing that happened. Another bad thing will happen, and I lose this action. So, okay, sorry. But
I
what
think
about the
that-
light armor proficiency? Blah, blah, blah. Light armor.
Did any of us stick to light, or did we all take some sort of thing which jumped up our armor?
I stuck to light. For
Did
both
you?
of them.
Ooh, really? Okay. Huh.
Studded leather armor, all the way.
So the only
Achilles had
person
a-
with a what?
Achilles had a backup plan of throwing the spear, so he needed to have a high dex. As such, I didn't feel bad about investing to +3 dexterity and just filling out that stud leather. And this is because we start at level 5 that I felt fine doing this. If we started at a lower level, or started at 5+. If we started at a lower level, it would hurt a lot. So I think that really hurts the class early game if you're a strength character.
So,
And that's what it would do.
Jerome built a
Normally,
strength build and took medium armor proficiency.
That's at 3 still at the...
Yeah, I mean, I still had to do a little bit of investment in dexterity, but I don't mind that given the fact that Thor wants to throw the hammer.
Yeah.
So, you know, it wasn't as bad of a sacrifice. Now, admittedly, I would like it if the hammer struck, you know, more consistently, but this is what happens. You have to balance things out, and I didn't think it was that bad.
And I would really like them to have medium armor, because I would like it to be open to more types of stat arrays. Like, I kind of want to see a champion-like stat array to be possible with this character, where you have strength, charisma, and by not having heavy armor, then requires still an investment if they want to negate dex entirely. And it would just clean up their early game feels bads a little bit for strength builds in specific.
It also just seems like, I don't know, heroes, they should be able to be heavily armored sometimes.
They want to enforce the class fantasy of like the traditional Greek paintings or Maui or various other things of characters running around with very light armaments, that way they can show off their form and things of that nature, but that's not really how it feels, because how it feels is I'm being numerically punished if I don't invest dex.
Yeah, they kind of also want to show off their body icons, I suppose, in a sense.
The nipple
But
class.
So I'm not a fan of it.
The nipple mancer. I saw people guessing names before the names were released. What were you saying?
I would prefer if they had medium armor, because it would clean up builds early game. And it would allow more builds to be possible, and I think that build variety is a good thing. If somebody wants that traditional style, nothing is stopping them from still playing that.
Or
they could always build a light armor build, too.
Or they could have something like monks have, like unarmored defense style thing.
Yeah, that says if you're in light armor, you get some kind of bonus of some sort.
They could have kind of like that to offset it a bit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Huh? They just get a straight up better proficiency. They get expert proficiency. Is that what you're talking about?
However, I'm talking about unarmored movement from monk at level 3. They give you a reason to stay in unarmored, even despite their higher proficiency if you go into something like that.
Oh, I see.
Well, they have something similar to incentivize staying in light armor for the exemplars, right? It's extra AC. But yeah, it's awkward to do without breaking
my
stuff.
family is talking about making food, so I'm going to need to hop off soon.
I think we'll be wrapping up. Kshatriya says, mentions Joan of Arc, King Arthur, some other...
Oh yeah, Joan of Arc.
King Arthur's a great example for...
Any last thoughts? I think we should wrap up in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sorry for killing everybody. Some chat says this was a little of a downer, but I kind of feel like we got to see... I mean, as long as you don't get colored, your conclusions aren't distorted.
I love having another Gish. I love having another class that I can use to model my superheroes. I do think this would be something that could be fun for someone who's played. You need to have played it a couple times in order to really understand the action economy. But if you have the basic rules down pat and you just want to be able to like have fun with the fantasy, and I think that's really it mechanically.
Yes.
But the fantasy, they have that down pat.
Yeah. I hard agree, and I'm looking forward to running a dual class game where everybody's required to have this class
Exemplar.
Else. Exemplar plus other. Because I think that would be a fun way to run this class.
Is this the class for Paizo to put in some feats that kind of are more like Marvel DC superhero?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we should see some extensions there.
That was Kineticist,
Caped Heroes.
Yes.
Yeah, they are our modern myths. You're right. Calvin, any final thoughts?
From the outside, seeing the exemplars do stuff that was very superhero-like felt very on brand, on theme, even if it didn't land all of the times. But yeah, they were not that much squishier than the fighter, if we're just looking at longevity. But that could be due to a very different numbers of factors. Yeah.
They get 10 HP per level, and they have slower armor gaining, like similar to Barbarian Rogue. But I don't know. I think that the class chassis is solid as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all my complaints are nitpicks, and one of the nitpicks is like them shifting eminence feels like an action tax that just feels really bad. And no unarmed weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're pretty.
I love
I'm happy with the initial state, and we've had some playtests that were not very good that turned out to be awesome. I think the Kineticist playtest had a lot of mixed feelings. But it's like maybe the best received post core rulebook class.
I think on the poll in the subreddit, it was like up there with Thaumaturge for people's most favorites, and Fighter was fourth or something.
So anyway, I'm excited about this class.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, all the different cultural, mythical heroes that could be represented, plus Marvel DC, seems like a lot of fun.
Somebody said if we had an animist, we would have won.
I agree.
That's because it's OP.
No, I totally agree.
You mean if you had 6 party members and 1 person? Sure. Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm being a little hyperbolic.
Because Exemplar could have grappled. Let's go, baby. Grapple.
No, it's
all I have to say about that is
yeah. Okay, so Sean needs to go. I see some clamoring for me to do more battles. I did this. Partly I did this format because I need to move on to the rest of my queue. I apologize, but there's so many other videos I need to work on.
Yeah.
So the playtest cycle is ending. But that's it. Anyway, thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, chat, and we will see each other again. Okay, bye.
Bye.